This new year, why not let Audible expand your life by listening? Explore over 1 million audiobooks, podcasts, and exclusive Audible originals that'll inspire and motivate you. Tap into your well-being with advice and insight from leading professionals and experts on better health, relationships, career, finance, investing, and more. Maybe you want to kick a bad habit or start a good one. If you're interested in learning how to master your emotions and hearing scientifically backed advice for using your emotions as a tool, may I suggest Shift by psychologist and bestseller author Dr. Ethan Kross? Trust me, listening on Audible can help you reach the goals you set for yourself. Start listening today when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
This is a mini meditation guided by Bombas. Repeat after me. I'm comfy. I'm cozy. I have 0 blisters on my toes. And that's because I wear Bombas, the softest socks, underwear, and t-shirts that give back. One purchased equals one donated. Now go to bombas.com/Wondery and use code WONDERY for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/Wondery and use code WONDERY at checkout.
Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely, and parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/Wondery.
Hey guys, Garen here. Just a quick note. We are off this week. So instead of a new episode, we are giving you one of our classic Patreon bonus episodes. We do one of these every month. You can join the Patreon, hear these. These are super fun. This one is the infamous horse episode. So enjoy. I apologize. And we'll see you next time. Remain calm.
On fire, flooding in the street. Can't breathe the air, can't fight the feeling. Gobbling down Xanax ain't the way to be dealing. Gotta do better than just getting high. We gotta stick together if we're gonna survive. Ooh, how to survive. Ooh, how to survive.
Welcome to the January bonus episode.
Squeak! Right at the end.
Yeah,
right at the very last day of January.
We're really sliding
We're on
this in
top
under
of
the
it.
radar.
Yeah.
We kind of messed up a little bit.
We just forgot.
We did. We totally did. I think I thought we'd already done it because...
You know what? I did too.
And even then on our last episode at the end, I was like, oh, and when we do the bonus, and I guess I thought it was the middle of January.
Oh, yeah. It is
not
confusing.
like it was an easy month.
The calendar is...
No, I'm going to blame it on the fires.
I was going to say, the fires seem like so long ago now.
But it also felt like they lasted of 17 years.
Did. Well, are they still burning, actually?
I think
Is the Altadena one still?
you know what? Let me look at my watch duty app.
Uh-oh.
Let's all check our
Let's all
watch duty.
check. Let's check watch duty.
It's just since the plane crash this week and every
all-
horrible
everything
thing
Trump is
that Trump
doing.
says and
does. Oh, speaking of,
Yeah.
this is funny. I hate when people start something this is funny because then you're like, the pressure is on. I just learned that Kash Patel is producing a song with the January Sixers. I just thought you'd want to know
So they
that.
quoted something in the hearing yesterday. They quoted something he had said on a podcast. And then he just says, I didn't say it. Like,
Yeah.
they can just do that. I don't understand. Like, I wish they could play it in the room. I wonder if they could have. But anyway, because I was watching I was listening to Rachel Maddow.
Yeah.
I'm back. She's there for the first 100 days.
Yes.
Not just Mondays.
Okay. So
So-
you're all in.
Well, yeah, I've dipped a toe. So I was like, this is just fucking infuriating. Like, you can just say, no, I didn't say that. He said that the FBI should be leveled on day one and that and made into a museum of the deep state.
Okay, you freak.
Because that's what the FBI is. He's trying to be the head of the FBI.
Yeah. Well, he's busy.
So he just says, I
He's gotta
didn't
produce
say
this
that.
music.
Fuck.
I know.
I
Guys,
just can't.
listen, I'm promising you I'm going to make an episode to help us get through this.
Okay.
It's not going to be today. I'm not ready.
Is it going to be about microdosing?
Or how to immigrate out of America.
Yeah.
It might be microdosing and some immigration techniques. The Eaton fire is 99% contained.
Okay.
And the
It's the
Just
other
like
one's
one
98.
tree on fire. What?
Yeah, one tree.
They just can't get it.
One Tree Hill. Palisades fire. Nope. I clicked the wrong thing. Oh, I keep clicking on the Temescal Trailhead camera. Oh, I keep clicking on a camera.
You're going to microdose Temescal, right?
It's 98.
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you, Garen.
You're welcome.
Speaking of fire,
Yeah.
I made you guys watch Fire Aid last night.
Yes. No, I was glad you reminded me.
Garen. Poor
I
Garen.
had no idea
Garen
it
was
was
like,
on.
I'm watching Traders.
The Traders, and it was too far to stop because it was infuriating me. But
Yeah.
kind of. I guess I'm
Was
a good
it, I don't know how that, I can't remember how the show works. It's
it was-
live?
No, it's on.
No, because it's a network. It's a
I don't know
streaming
if it
service,
was-
right?
It's on NBC, but I don't know if it was like I was watching it live on Peacock. I'm not quite sure.
Isn't it
but-
funny now? It's like I don't even know
Yeah, I
how
can't
television
tell.
works. I don't understand what I'm watching when I'm watching it. Is this delayed? Is this live? Is this happening in my living room? I don't know.
I assume you can record everything. I assume every TV has a recording
You can.
device inside of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how things work.
So I missed the first hour.
Yeah, we met.
Ish
Well,
of the
I did. I knew it was coming, but I was like, is it one night? Is it 2 nights? Is it 10 nights?
Right.
It was like the fires. I don't know how
So
long
I
they
guess
are.
if people don't know, it was a concert to raise money for the victims, I'm guessing, of the LA fires.
Yes.
And it was taking place at 2 venues in Los Angeles,
Yes.
the Inuit and
the Kia Forum.
the Kia Forum, which are basically next to each other.
Yes.
So I guess they would go back and forth.
Yes.
Showing
Yes, because
sort-
they couldn't do them both because it was like they were both happening at the same time. And Benji and I were in the car when we heard Alanis Morissette.
Oh, wow.
And so I had explained to him. A lot of my time watching was explaining to my kids
who these people are.
who these different 80-year-olds were.
Right.
And like comparing them to my dad.
Right.
It'd
Like,
be
can
like-
you believe? Yeah.
Yeah, like look how that guy can move around. And
Yeah.
like, I mean, my dad can move around, but he's like, it's all like crunched over and,
Right.
a little hobbly.
Yeah.
And it would be like, can you imagine Grandpa wearing a shirt unbuttoned down to his belly button, like Rod Stewart?
Yeah.
And Googling pictures so that I could convince them, oh, like these people were considered sexy at one point.
That's so
or like they
funny,
were
yeah.
cool. Like they wrote songs about the Vietnam War. Like it was like, no, he was with Joni Mitchell and they wrote songs together and they all lived in Laurel Canyon. Like a lot of that was happening in my house.
So who, I like when you guys were talking about, I think you were talking about Dan Fogelberg. Is that who you're talking about? No, you were talking about
John Fogerty.
John Fogerty. Oh, yeah.
And I said, is that John Fogerty? And it was the guy from the Black Crowes. I just wasn't really paying attention.
They're not
I guess.
that far apart.
I don't know, but yeah, I was like, oh, he looks really good. He sounds great. Yeah.
He was
So out of
like speeding through that song. I
Oh,
mean,
was he?
It felt like he was trying to get through it really fast.
I
The
thought he sounded
Black Crowes
pretty.
guy.
Yeah. I said to the kids,
I don't know that song, so
I knew the song.
you don't know Remedy?
I don't think I'm sure I have, but I'm not.
Maybe
I've never been a
because
fan of theirs.
I feel like he was blasting through it too fast. I was explaining to the kids, like, oh, he was married to someone really beautiful and no one could believe when they got together.
Was he married to Kate Hudson?
Yes. And so I was showing them pictures of the two of them together.
Is he not attractive?
I mean,
I think he's more attractive now than he was.
I don't
before.
think I know what he looks
You'd have to
like. And last
Google-
night I think he was wearing sunglasses. or
yes,
something.
Google a photo of them together when,
Oh, okay.
I think she was married to him during her almost famous time
yeah.
period. And I mean, she's beautiful in any time period, but like, and he was this kind of like not great looking.
Well, that's what being a rock star gets you.
Some of them
Always.
are pretty good.
No, but I mean, there's just a Rick Ocasek and
Oh yeah, they
Billy
get
Joel.
of
and,
course.
yeah,
It's like being a stand-up comic.
Yeah, I know. Jimmy would never have been able to get me if
No way.
he hadn't been a stand-up comic.
Heck no. Who else did I see? Did you guys see Katy Perry?
No.
Yeah. So I had that. I don't know if you saw this. So Garen, I had this moment because I don't know if I got up and like went to the kitchen because I moved my computer and watched it in the living room because everybody went to bed. And I came back and it had changed and I didn't know who was. There was a Nirvana reunion last night.
Oh yeah,
Obviously not all the members, but all the members except
Who sang?
That's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
So I was like, is that Katy Perry? Like, there's a woman singing with Nirvana who I think is Katy Perry because she looks a lot like Katy Perry.
Okay.
And she's like growling out a Nirvana song. And I'm like, have I been wrong about Katy Perry the whole time? And she's cool because she kind of looks like Katy Perry, but like her hair's a little shorter. She's wearing a totally different outfit than what Katy Perry was wearing. And I'm like, maybe Katy Perry had a wig on and then she like took it off and now her hair's actually more, a little bit the length of yours. And she's like cool and growling out this song. And I'm like, no, that can't be Katy Perry. I'm wrong. Like, I'm trying to go online and figure out who it is in real time, but I don't have X on my phone because I took it off because of, the devil.
Right.
And so I'm like, you can't find out if you don't have it on your phone. Like, that's the only place.
You can't just Google?
Well, I did, but it doesn't show.
Doesn't show up, okay.
So I have to wait like a fucking...
Like a loser.
Yeah, like a loser.
Right.
And then Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth sings the next song. I'm like, this is so, oh my God, this, like, my Gen X heart is just like getting
It was really cool.
so happy. And then Joan Jett comes out and sings a song. And then it's Dave Grohl's daughter. So singing a Nirvana song. It's like, it's amazing. It's really cool.
It was Dave Grohl's daughter?
Yeah. No, that's the person who sang the last song.
It was St. Vincent.
It was St. Vincent. But I never knew what St. Vincent looked like.
Me neither.
So
I'm
I
like,
did-
is this Grace Potter? Who
I couldn't
is
figure it
this?
out. I mean, I knew it wasn't Gracie Abrams because I'd seen her earlier. And I was like, oh, now I know what Tate McRae looks like. Now I know what Gracie
Yeah, me
Abrams looked
too.
like because those were names.
These, to me, they were just names you guys have mentioned. And I was like, oh, okay, that's the girl. But I think I did see, was Gracie Abrams on SNL?
Probably.
Yes.
I think so because I think I had the same reaction this time that I had that. I was like, oh, she's so pretty.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I think that was the girl.
My
on
daughter
SNL.
said that like 72 times.
Well, she's so ridiculously
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh, and my daughter said about Gwen Stefani, she looks so young. She looks so young. She looks so young.
Oh.
So many times I wanted to, I almost had to leave the room.
Right.
Because, of course, she's older than
So
us.
she knows, your daughter knows who she is to know that she's not, like she knew to say that so she knows she's not that young?
Yes, because she was like, oh my God, she's your age? She's your age?
Gotcha.
She looks 30. She looks 20. And I was like, well, it's a lot of
had a
work.
lot of-
She's had a facelift. I mean, you don't get that. And not because I want to bash Gwen Stefani.
But you have to explain to your daughter.
But I also
that, like,
don't want to normalize.
Yeah.
I want my daughter to know, like, this is aging normally is my face. Like,
Right.
this is not normal. This isn't, this is what happens when you do, and it's not just Botox. It's not just fillers. Like, you have to get your face cut into to have it look that
right.
tight. Like, she's had it, she's had it lifted. And, she's also probably, I think she's had, like, nose jobs and she's had a lot of stuff done.
Nose job.
Yeah, she's definitely
Interesting.
had a nose job
She
too.
didn't need one.
Well, if you look at her when she's really young, it's definitely been thinned.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's fine. Look,
Yeah.
it's not about me bashing her for her choices. It's more about saying this isn't the immense pressure women are under.
Right.
This is not. And also, like, because my daughter I know spends time on social media, even though she's not supposed to, she finds ways. I don't want her to be warped by
well,
good luck.
good luck. Exactly.
But
I don't
it's-
know how not to be, but
Well, I think it's also because I'm her most powerful influence.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, so I want her to hear it from me.
Of course. No, you're right to.
So
Have either of you ever seen her sing live before?
yes, I have.
Okay, so did she used to be able to sing better live?
That I can't say because I was pretty young when I saw her, and so
Okay.
was she. So
Okay.
I saw her when they toured with Bush, like way at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's when they
They met.
met and
Mm-hmm.
got together, and they were great.
Okay.
But I was also 15, 6, whatever.
Okay.
Like,
I was just disappointed because I was like, oh, she can't actually sing.
yeah, she did.
I don't think she's ever been known for having a powerful voice.
She did a lot of that. Talk to the audience shit. Like,
A lot
of that. But
A lot
and
of-
I also don't
Now
know
you
that she
sing.
warmed up because
She didn't sound
at the beginning. She sounded off. In the middle, I was like, oh, there's Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, it took a second,
and then it went away.
and then it went away again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
happened?
was bummed because I like all those songs.
Yeah.
and I like her voice. I think it's a fun pop voice,
Mm-hmm.
and I like her whole aesthetic when
Yeah.
when it started.
Right.
You know, the whole like
She was like ska punk.
yeah. I thought,
I'm a cool girl. Like
yeah.
I'm not like a sort of fragile little baby.
But you should also explain to Alex, you know, that the Japanese don't age as much, and they're very genetically lucky.
yeah, I should.
So that's probably
You're
part
right.
of it too.
You're right. I didn't take that into account.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
But yeah, I was a little like, I was like, oh, I want her to sing better. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yes.
so who did you say? St. Vincent? Yeah, I know St. Vincent a little bit. And I
Same.
remember- and what there? She had a hit song, right? What was the big song? I don't remember.
Can't tell you.
But that's interesting. I'll have to look that up, and I'll have to look up Green Day because I didn't see either of those.
I do want to watch. And Lady Gaga closed the show. I didn't see it.
Oh wow!
So I want to. Did you see it?
I did.
How,
What
why
is
did
that?
you go?
What is that?
First of all, she sounded great. She sounded amazing.
Good.
But
Yeah.
she comes on there and she does 2 songs from fucking that movie, A Star Was
Cry Me
Born.
a River.
And then telemarketing.
Guys, I liked that movie. I don't care.
Yeah. I
did
liked it a
too.
lot.
But
Yeah.
if you're gonna hype up that Lady Gaga's gonna come in, why is she gonna do 2 songs from a movie from 6 years ago and nothing of anything of her own? And then she's like, and then my husband and I, or my fiance and I, rewrote a song for tonight only. This is just for you guys.
Just
and
for
she
you.
does that, which sounds like a Beatles song. It was.
Oh.
It was.
Interesting.
It was fine.
So she didn't do like any of
She
her
didn't do any
dance
of the
hits.
hits or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which I guess maybe that's not the vibe of it, but
yeah.
Some people it would have been nice to hear,
yeah,
you
I
know,
mean,
something.
and I'm complaining for stupid reasons. They're good songs. It's
Yeah.
not like they were bad songs. It's just not what I was like.
If you hear Lady Gaga, you want to hear like
I
at
want
least
something. It was
telephone
her at the piano,
or-
which was cool, and
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah, people chose things I think that they felt fit the night, or like Pink came out. She did like
I missed Pink.
Bobby McGee, and then she did
Whoa.
a Zeppelin song, which I thought it was going to be like going to California because it would make sense.
Yeah.
And then she did Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. And I was like, huh, that's a vibe. But
It was a good. I've heard it was like she blew the doors off the place.
I mean, her voice is incredible.
She can sing.
she never gets the credit she deserves.
She is such a good singer whose voice I don't love that much. Like it's not as it doesn't grate me. It's not like sort of like Celine Dion level where I'm
Right.
like, oh, I get that you can sing. Please don't make me listen
Right,
to it.
yes.
But and poor Celine Dion. P.S. I love her.
She's still frozen.
I think she's still frozen. And I think she's a great person. I think she was, groomed and molested by an adult man, and that's
Mm-hmm.
terrible and traumatic, but I just doesn't make me want to listen to her music. And that's
No,
okay.
I'm
You
not
don't
a
like
fan.
everybody, but
Yeah.
I've never been somebody who wanted to listen to Pink.
Yeah,
But I'm also like, she's so good.
I actually like her voice more than I like her songs. I don't love her songs. I also don't know a lot of them. I know the radio hits and they're fine, but it's not, I've never been like moved by her.
Yeah, I don't need to. The only way I could see myself going to see her live is if I was taking my mom, because that's my mom's favorite.
Oh,
my mom loves
really?
Pink. It's her ringtone, and it's just her favorite. Her favorite
Oh
is
my God,
Pink.
That's so, is it I'm Coming Out?
That's
or
not
Up?
Pink.
I'm coming up, so
Yes,
you better
that's her
get this party
ringtone
started.
on full blast.
Love it.
Because she's
Well, also she does all that acrobatic stuff, aerial stuff, so it might be fun to watch.
that would she probably puts on a great show.
It really is.
You've seen her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did Beyonce, was she on?
Nope. No Beyonce.
Any hip hop artists?
Oh,
yeah.
Dr. Dre came out.
Oh wow.
And did California. That was cool.
Lil Baby?
Lil Baby. And I felt very old. I was like, I don't understand why people like him. That's how I felt. I was like, well, this is not for me. I was like the whitest lady in the room. And I mean, the only lady in the room.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of it. I saw. Who did I see besides? Those young ladies who, I don't know. What's the other one's name? Cray.
Tate McRae, who had like a jacket on backwards, tied
was
around her neck.
The dumbest fucking outfit I've ever seen.
Someone on Twitter said, or not, was it Twitter? It doesn't matter. They're like, why does Tate McRae look like somebody hugged her and then vanished?
That's hilarious.
That is so funny.
I was trying to explain to my kids why people don't like John Mayer, because
Yeah.
we saw John Mayer, and I was like, I couldn't remember. I was like, gosh, he's a really good guitar player. I like his voice. Why did people hate him so much? And Alex kept going, I don't like how he moves his head. Why is he moving his neck like that? What's he doing with his face? And I was like, what are you, my grandmother?
Yeah, he's got guitar face. Heavy guitar face.
Yeah, he's got heavy guitar face. And, he doesn't look as, I said, people thought he was very hot. He was very
never
hot.
got it.
And so I Googled a younger picture of him, and Alex was like, oh my God, he's a babe.
Really?
And Benji's like, what's a babe? What's a babe? So I was explaining,
A babe.
that he dated. I go, the song Taylor Swift, Dear John, that's about him. I go, he was like 32 and she was a child. And I said, he dated a lot of beautiful women. And then I had to look up. There's like a Your Tango that's like 10 reasons John Mayer's a douche to remind me. And it was like, oh yeah, he like spoke badly about. He dated Jennifer Aniston and talked shit about Jennifer Aniston
I didn't
in
know
the
he
press.
dated her.
He spoke badly about Jennifer Love Hewitt. He spoke badly about Jennifer. No, what's her name? Who's the Chicken of the Sea?
Yeah.
Jessica. It's certainly not Tandy.
May have dated
I think
Jessica
it's
Tandy.
Jessica
Simpson.
Tandy. Jessica
Yes,
Simpson.
Jessica
Well, he said she was sexual
Yeah, he
napalm
just kind
or
of
something.
disparaging. He spoke.
Actually, it was a compliment. I would have taken it.
I mean, but it's
No,
also
it was just weird,
It's
yeah.
also just like private.
he's super weird. I didn't know he dated Jennifer Aniston. I just don't get him. I don't find him attractive at all.
I think I do. I don't. I think he's. Oh, and then he's 46 dating Karen Shipka, who's 22.
She's the girl from Mad Men, right?
The little girl.
The little girl,
I
yeah.
think she's 25.
I think she's maybe now, but it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Come on, man.
yeah.
What the fuck? Which led me down this path for some reason, because one of the other things the kids wanted to do was, how old do you think this guy's wife is? When we would,
Oh my God, that's
and it was
hilarious.
like Rod Stewart, his wife was actually a couple years older than us, but he's 80.
Yeah.
And then Anthony Kiedis,
Well,
like
his
girlfriend is like 20 and
she looks 12.
60.
Yeah, he's
Well, they've come out about that more than
he
in
went.
a book.
But she was like a minor. And then like there was another thing that came up about him, that this just random Medium article, Medium, that this guy accidentally outed Anthony Kiedis cheating on his pregnant girlfriend while he was on a trip to. So this guy's on a trip to Malta. He takes a photo of like at the beach of his friends and family. Anthony Kiedis happens to be in the background of the photo. So he posts this on his Medium on Flickr, because this is Flickr. This is maybe 15 years.
Okay.
Well, I know it was 17 years ago because his son's 17 now.
Okay.
He posts it and somebody says, I think that's Anthony Kiedis in the background holding a woman's hand. And so he's got all these like fans who are like, is that girl pregnant? Is that woman pregnant? And he's like, no, she wasn't pregnant. And he's like, well, his girlfriend's about to give birth. So that's not her. He gets a call in the middle of the night. The guy, he's like, I think he lives in Ireland maybe. From the United States saying, can you confirm if that Anthony Kiedis was holding that woman's hand? And he was like, yeah. And he goes, she's like, can you confirm, like, did it seem like they were together? And he's like, oh yeah, they were definitely together. And she's like, was she attractive? And he's like, I don't know, I guess. And she's like, I guess it was maybe his girlfriend. She's like, no, it wasn't, because I am.
Holy
And she's like
shit.
9 months pregnant. That's how she finds out he's cheating on her.
I mean,
when she's about to give
this
birth.
is the guy in his autobiography admitted to having an affair with an underage girl, and then when he found out she was underage, said, "Well, okay, we'll just have sex one more time." I mean, he's just gross.
Yeah.
Which bums me out because I actually do like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I like the Papers too.
I like the Papers.
I might like the Papers better.
So that bums me out.
well,
But
he's
just gross.
He's a broken person. Him and Steven Tyler can go off together and. Maybe they can take over the island that Jeffrey Epstein
Yeah, right.
lost or, doesn't have anymore.
Oh,
man.
Anyway, so I had some fun Googling. Oh, Rod Stewart's voice sounded incredible, I thought.
I didn't see Rod Stewart.
Well, he sounded great for 80.
yeah.
I mean, out of all the 80-year-olds, John Fogerty's voice sounded good too.
That's where I think that's where I started. Like either right before they came. Black Crow started.
Yeah.
Do you remember who was right before them?
No.
I think I caught the end of whoever that was, and then it switched to the Black Crows, or something like that.
Guys,
I don't remember who it was.
Yeah.
I have some information about TV shows.
Okay.
So, two new shows that I watched.
Okay.
All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I watched Prime Numbers.
I watched
one episode.
I watched the first 45 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, and we were Sven actively disliked it.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you something. Sven will
He'll watch anything.
Just about anything.
Yeah.
And even stuff that I'm like actively think is bad, and he'll keep watching it.
Yeah.
Or I'm just not into it. He'll say, I'll keep watching it. Mm-hmm. He was like, I did not like that.
Okay.
I also did not like it.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
For me, this is what I'm going to say, and I want to hear what you want to say. Jen.
Okay.
What you have to say, Dano. If I'm going to watch something like that's a mystery, that's not going to be like really smart, but it's going to be sort of average, I want my lead to be charismatic. I want to feel like I'm watching The Flight Attendant. I want to feel like I'm having
yes.
a fizzy glass of champagne.
Yes, that's a really good way of putting it. My God.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It just came to me.
Yeah.
This felt like flat.
Well, because the character is so flat. The character
Yes.
is like, all I care about is math.
Yes.
All I care about is math. And it's really lame. Like, it's just like 204. That's a really interesting number. No, it's not. Go away. Like, it was just, they're trying to make math interesting, and it's
Credits.
You know what? It's all about prime numbers. Let me explain it to you because it's in nature.
It was just, and I do like him. Like I said, after I saw him in One Day, I completely fell in love with him as an actor. Like, I just think I thought he was so good in that.
Yes.
And I'm not saying he's bad in this, but the character is so dull that I didn't even finish the episode.
If you're gonna,
I took a nap.
If you're going to make me watch an unlikable lead, then you got to be really highbrow, good writing, compelling stuff.
Right.
You got to be Succession level. You got to make me. Yeah.
So, and then what was the other thing you watched?
Paradise.
Oh, how was that?
Okay, I couldn't find it. That's on Hulu, right?
I believe it's on
Yes.
Hulu.
Yeah, we don't have Hulu, so I couldn't watch that.
I liked it.
Okay.
I think it's fun.
Who's in it? Anyone?
James Marsden.
Sterling K. Brown?
Sterling K. Brown. So it is from the creator of This Is Us, which I did not watch.
Didn't watch it either.
Did you watch it?
No, but he also did what did he do? No, that was Jason.
I
No,
thought
wait,
so.
I think he did do Parenthood.
Nope.
didn't he?
I Googled
Wait,
it.
are you telling me Parenthood and This Is Us are two different shows?
Yes.
Yes. I loved
Okay, if you say so.
Parenthood's incredible.
I loved Parenthood.
I didn't see either.
And I never watched This Is Us.
I didn't watch it
So I have no skin in that game. But I was like, this is the reviews out there were sort of intriguing enough that I thought, I want to see this. I like James Marsden. I loved Sterling K. Brown in American Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
He's the brother, right?
Yep.
Oh, he was so good
He's so
in that.
good in it, right?
Jeez
So I was like,
Louise.
I want to watch this. I haven't seen anything sort of in a political landscape for a while, so this has me. And yeah, I liked it. I don't know how much legs it has for me after the first episode. There is a huge twist,
Okay.
and I like huge twists. So I'd say check it out.
Yeah, I wanted to. I was actually, someone had posted about it, and I was like, oh, okay, because I had some time to myself yesterday. And then I realized, oh, I don't have Hulu. So that's why I watched, is it really called Prime Numbers?
Yes, that's also like hard to. It's like
It's just hard to swallow. Yeah.
I know. The only thing I did appreciate in Prime Numbers, I will say, is the scene where they did acknowledge his hotness.
What was that scene?
Where he goes up to the bar to get a drink, and then he's like, "You don't look like a mathematician," and the girl's hitting on him, the hot girl, and he's like, I don't, go away. Like he's like, you look like a trophy wife.
Yeah.
Showing off like his Asperger's-y behavior, and then saying like this, she's hitting on him because he's hot,
Right.
and the bartender is
He's
also
hitting on him
hitting
because
on him
he's
because he's hot and acknowledging his hotness.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wish more shows would do that.
Right. Like, let's not pretend
not
that this is like an
pretend.
average looking mathematician.
Yeah, you can make his personality as dull as a brick, but at some moment it should be acknowledged that he's hot, and they did acknowledge it.
Did they acknowledge? Did they explain who that girl is? Like, are they roommates?
Oh, that likes him at the beginning.
Yeah.
I
didn't understand why
I think
she's in his,
I think she's just a classmate who's good at math too. Maybe.
but she's like eating with him and he's shirtless.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
What's up now?
Yeah, he is shirtless. He's gay in the show. You might enjoy it.
Oh,
I know-
All right. Well, it's also called Prime Target.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's called
Okay.
Prime Numbers.
There are some really buff shirtless guys in it, so you could watch it with the sound off.
Yeah.
I'll just for the sake of the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just,
I guess
yeah.
I'll-
Just do your
Just so you
homework.
can have an
Just give a
opinion.
look. I'll
So
give
now I
a
have to
look.
find another show because that didn't do it for
Well,
me either.
you know what? You could get Hulu. I think it's only $6 if you're willing to watch commercials.
I would be willing to watch commercials. We just have enough,
Yeah.
subscriptions.
We got rid of something to. Well, maybe, I don't know what we have. I have to cancel Sling, but I want to watch the Grammys on Sunday with my kids.
Oh.
So I'm going to wait until Sunday, then cancel it.
That's smart.
That's
All
fine.
right, who's set to perform? Anyone interesting?
Everybody.
All the young people?
All the young people that my kids want to see, and that'll be fun. So I told them we could watch popcorn and eat the Grammys. We're
Yeah.
gonna eat the fucking Grammys.
Eat the
Might be
Grammys.
bad for your teeth, but you know.
You know what? These are veneers, and they are strong.
But isn't that the new thing? Oh, that's to bite the They at the Olympics they bit the metal for some reason that's a thing.
I heard.
Oh, yeah,
I heard
yeah.
some medals were tarnishing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why?
Some Olympic medals?
I think so. Somewhere. Yeah. Look, will you look it up? It's something that they're already showing where or something, and people are mad. Is this a dream I had? Maybe.
Maybe.
It's possible.
I don't know.
So yeah, I was excited to tell you about those 2 new shows, and
Yeah, faced with a deluge of deteriorating metals, the International Olympic Committee has vowed to find replacements.
How interesting. I wonder what happened. Are they only gold plated instead of actual gold or something? Like, why would they?
come on,
So
Olympics.
bizarre.
Don't let us
Is
down.
it nickel with?
More than 100 athletes reported their medals were deteriorating, with bronze medals in particular flaking and rusting.
It's only been a few months.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is anything real anymore? Is anything
No.
good?
No. So wait, are you going to keep watching Paradise?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know long term if I'll watch it forever because, again, like I said, I don't know how much it can intrigue me after the big spoil has been revealed.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what the show is going to be.
Right.
But I want to see. I liked
Okay.
it. Here's my thing about it that I do want to kind of point out that when shows do this, it drives me a little bit crazy. And I don't know if I bet they did this on This Is Us. You'll have to tell me if they did this on Parenthood because it feels like something Sven and I used to make fun of that they did on Parenthood. Like somebody will come into the room, like say Sterling K. Brown comes in. He's the Secret Service for the president, which is James Marsden. And James Marsden, the president will say, "Can you ever forgive me for what I've done?" Uh-huh. And the Secret Service guy, Sterling K. Brown, will go, "When my wife was pregnant with our children, we argued about the names. We came across a book. And it's a lot of
Monologuing.
soliloquies
Yeah.
with a moral wrapped up inside.
I hate that.
And then you get to the end and he goes, "So therefore, I'll forgive you when you're dead." And so there's a lot of that.
Jesus.
A lot of monologuing.
Yeah.
Just say no.
Yeah. Like, what if we just had a conversation back and forth?
Good.
So there's that.
I don't know if they did that on Parenthood. That doesn't.
I'm trying to think of it. It feels like there was a show we watched where we would just like, it drove us nuts. I thought it was Parenthood, but
I hate that.
So-
I really hate when the writing shows like, oh, you see it on the paper.
yeah.
We were just talking about a show that did that. Oliver was joking about it. Someone had made fun of some show where they just like monologue at you, and now I can't remember what it was. I'll have to think of it.
You might hate it. I mean, here's the thing. I find James Marsden so attractive
Same.
that it might confuse my brain and I might think it's a better show than it
Right.
is because I'm just so willing to look at him.
Yes. Same.
So,
Yeah,
that-
he's super
that
hot.
that
No one that short would ever be elected president, though. I'm just telling you.
you know what? You might be right.
Yeah. We'll probably elect a woman before we'll elect someone that short.
Danielle, that's definitely
No,
not
I'm
true.
I'm joking.
That
I'm
is
being silly.
That is a crazy
I'm being
joke.
silly.
What else? I mean, I can get into some fudged up stories.
Do.
Wait, I watched
Yeah.
2 things.
Okay.
One, back to the fire aid really quick. Did you see where they gave... They had people who were affected by the fires come out and talk to people. And do
Yes, I saw the little
presentations or whatever.
boy.
Yeah, he was charming as hell, that little
Yes.
kid. He was very fun. But they had this older guy who lived with his parents, and he lost his Green Day drumstick.
Oh.
And he's like, who was he with? He was with
I didn't see this one.
somebody, oh God, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to remember. Anyway, the guy's like, "We have a surprise for you. Here comes is it Trey Cool?
Yeah.
Here comes Trey Cool with his drumsticks, and they have a little interaction. It was cute and everything.
Was there something wrong with this guy?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just
You said an older guy living with his parents, so I didn't know.
They are. His dad's blind, and his mom is.
Oh, right.
Wheelchair bound.
Oh, so he takes care of them.
Yes, he's their
Gotcha,
cousin, yeah.
gotcha.
Seems like a nice guy, whatever. But they have this moment where they interact, and they like. I don't even know if they hug, but he gives them his things, and they're all funny. And then Trey Cool just goes. He just I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. We've had our moment.
Oh no,
And
they
he's
didn't fully rehearse it.
It's like he shut down his whole just. It was so
Trey
awkward
chill.
and weird. Yes, exactly.
Wow.
It made me laugh. And then I started watching Doc. Have you guys
Doc?
heard of this?
Yes.
No, what is it?
It's a
this
medical
Zachary
drama. No,
Quinto?
No,
Okay.
That's I couldn't get into that one.
All right. Who's this?
It's I don't Molly Parker. I
Oh,
think,
is this
maybe?
the woman who forgets who she is?
Yeah, she loses 8 years of her life. She's like a real.
I'm sorry. Just like
It's good.
It is.
It's good. I like it a lot.
So
it's network medical.
So like Grey's
stuff,
Anatomy,
but-
good.
First of all, Grey's Anatomy is excellent.
I know
but
to some people.
it's not that relationship-y yet.
I'm
it's
sure
only
it
been
will
on for
be.
It will eventually.
Is it
but-
more like the Noah Wiley show that's supposed to be a sort of ER?
I like that too. That's actually really good too. But it's not that edgy. It's
Okay.
It's just,
okay. So the
Cozy. Is it Cozy Medical?
Yeah.
Okay.
The premise is she lost 8 years of her life, and she's a surgeon.
She's a
Brain
no, I don't
surgeon?
think she's a surgeon. She's a some kind of. A
So
doctor.
she
Or
didn't
ER doctor,
lose
maybe.
how to be a doctor, but she
No.
lost her personal.
She lost. I don't know how much I want to tell you. She's kind of a bitch. Forgive me
Okay.
for using the word. And everybody everybody hates her.
Oh,
because
okay.
She's so. Bitch isn't even the right word. She's just strong and she's got walls up, and you'll figure out why that happens. But then she's not like that after the accident. So she has to figure out why she was like that, and then she finds out something happened that caused it, and
And this is on a network.
it's on Fox or Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Wait,
I
does
like
that
it a
mean
lot.
it's also on Fox?
It's on Fox. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the other show, the Paradise Show, was made for Hulu. Like there's no other way to watch it.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know if
maybe it was made
maybe
for
it's FX.
Yeah, maybe you could find it on
I think I tried to.
regular TV.
I think I tried.
Regular. Can I also go back to Fire Aid for a second?
Yeah.
Because I forgot something. Well, there are two things. The one, did you guys see the dog rescue thing?
No.
God,
Oh,
you
but I saw the
guys.
girl riding down on the horse. Wait, where's that movie? She
So
went back and got this problem horse. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And then rode it down the mountain. This teenage girl.
10 miles. 10 miles.
Was it her horse?
It was her name. She rode it, or she's the only one that can handle it, or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, yeah.
It was wild.
the neighbors' horses, but she like was training on that horse.
Yes. Yeah,
And
yeah.
the-
And he was
but it was
really
like
spooked.
a temperamental horse that
Yeah.
they couldn't rescue it, and the only way she could get it away from the flames was to ride it. And so her dad
Wow.
followed on a truck, but like they showed footage of her just like flames kind of everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's a movie of the week for sure.
and her riding it. It was really intense.
They don't have movies of the week anymore, but you
They
know what I mean.
should.
Lifetime movie.
This other story that I was sobbing, and Benji's just like patting my shoulder.
Oh.
Is
Were you all gathered around the computer?
yes.
So
Well, first it
there's
was just
no way for you to watch it on television.
yeah, but it was like Benji and I got home and we just put it on the computer in
Okay.
bed because he's like, we're gonna snuggle in bed, right? And I was like, totally.
Oh, okay.
And then when Sven and Alex got home later, they just kind of gathered around too. So this couple, they were both she's out of the country, I think, and he's out of the Palisades when the fire breaks out. So they have no way to get to their house. They have 3 dogs inside the house.
Oy, oy, oy.
And there's a newscaster doing a report from their block. And he's part of the clip on Twitter. The wife sees it on Twitter and somehow gets a message to the newscaster saying, "You're right by our house. We have 3 dogs trapped inside." So the newscaster and his crew,
Oh, I'm getting choked up just hearing this.
while flames are like moving toward the house, and they show it. He goes with takes a metal lawn chair, busts because they're like, "Can you break into our house?"
Was it a marine grade polymer?
You know it was. This is a Colleen Hoover novel, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you a Colleen Hoover novel. So breaks the glass, sort of plexiglass. It's not plexiglass. What's that really thick glass? Anyway, it doesn't matter. There's glass sort of next to the door. They break it. They go in. He's carrying out 2 of the dogs. A third dog well, one of the dogs is hiding under the bed. So they go under the bed, they get the dog. The third dog is like just growling at him and is so scared, doesn't want to leave. So he's like in there, there's smoke coming in. He's like, come on, let's go. He gets the 3 dogs
Unbelievable.
into the news van and rescues them. And the couple is just like, we don't have kids, and like, we know they're not the same, but like these feel like our family. And I was just sobbing.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Who thinks to try to get in touch with the reporter in the street?
Just
Genius.
like
That is
incredible.
wild.
Incredible.
And that the guy, risked.
Would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was such a testament of like the better angels or the better sides of people coming out when in these situations. On the flip side, this isn't the worst of people. It just felt like so tone deaf. I don't know. Did you see Stevie Nicks?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah.
Her like, I'm going to go off script for a second.
Oh, no, I didn't. I just saw the first song and turned it off.
Okay. I was like, uh-oh, don't go off script.
Oh, no, Stevie.
Because she's like, there's this teleprompter I'm supposed to read, but I need to talk for a second. My house is in the Palisades, and it's up on a hill, and it's all wood, and I just thought it's going to burn, and if it goes in flames, it's going to take out all the houses next to it. And by the grace of God, my house was saved. And that lets me know that there is a God.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yep.
No.
And because I don't know like what I would have done if I would have lost my house. And so I just know that miracles do happen.
Is she a fucking idiot?
There is a God, because that, like, she's going on about how it's proof there's a God because
her house was
her
saved.
historic, beautiful home was saved. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Stevie Nicks? And she's like, so thank you so much to all the first responders and the Santa Clara firefighters and all the firefighters. But I was like, you idiot.
That's
Shut up.
Too
Old
famous,
people
too
shouldn't
rich.
talk.
No, it's being rich and famous.
And old.
And old, I guess.
But also it's like, shut up. There's a reason they're like, don't go off script.
Jeez, Louise.
Read the teleprompter. Don't say anything else. We just want you to thank the first responders, because they know like people are going to say dumb shit like that. That is so tone deaf.
Maybe it was saved because she put a spell.
Well, it's surrounded by wind chimes. You should see her collection.
The wind chimes scared away the flames.
Jesus. But it's also just like, how can you be like, so the people whose houses didn't burn down,
God doesn't care about
them. God doesn't.
They didn't have.
Yeah.
Katy Perry said something stupid too on her thing.
Shocking.
She was like, "Oh, it's so great to be here, all the people together here to do this, and it's all about people or whatever." I'm like, weren't you like stumping for Rick Caruso?
Oh, as soon as she walked out, I was like, "You fucking Rick Caruso lover, anti-vaxxy dummy."
But wait, why is that? I get that that's dumb, but why is that
Because the
stupid?
way she was talking, it sounded more like not socialist-ish, but it
well, she
it
did.
would sound,
Didn't she also stump for Kamala?
I have no idea.
I
thought she did.
I think
She
she
might
did. She
have.
did because she sang a Whitney Houston song, and we all
Oh,
went.
and it
and
was
we
really
all
bad.
went. Oh,
Yeah.
because that was when I was like, "Oh God, you."
So did she sound good live? No, not on this thing.
And I promised myself I would not trash Katy Perry when we got here. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I didn't know that you didn't have a good voice. I think her range is limited. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
She just seemed to me like very much like, hey guys, isn't this so great that we're all together tonight and magic does happen and like we can really move mountains if we try.
You can move mountains because the fire's
crumbling them.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So when people, this is going to sound very naive, but who cares? So someone doesn't sound good live, but they sound great on their records. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously not everyone uses auto-tune, but does that mean that everyone is I've probably asked this question before. Everyone's getting help in the studio? Like they really can't sing.
Well, I do think there is sort of, there are voices that have a lot of power, right? Like Pink, who can really belt
She's
it out.
amazing. Alanis Morissette is amazing live.
And then there are people who can, who can sing in a sort of softer, they don't have the ability to belt, right? So maybe Katy Perry in the studio, when she doesn't have to sing in a huge stadium.
Right.
Although you don't have
Well,
to
you
yell
can-
into a microphone. I
If
mean,
you watch her performance, you can tell when the track kicks in.
Oh, you mean on this thing last night?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because
To give her help.
voice changes
Oh.
drastically.
Because like that song Firework, that's a belty big song. So
Yeah.
do we think she got lots of help in the studio, or maybe she just
I
maybe
think
she
can
lost?
sing. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know because I've always kind of liked Katy Perry in her voice, but she just makes bizarre choices in songs that she
Yeah, I
does.
just don't like
None
her
of
songs.
It's this whole last album. It's
Yeah.
horrible. But yeah, I don't.
Okay, just curious.
I don't know enough about voice to sort of have a conversation
Yeah.
about it and how some work better than, like, some are stronger than others, how more have range. I know there's this idea of range. I would
Right.
guess that, like, why it sounds better when it's recorded has to do with also layering her vocals.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like taking 3 versions and layering them over.
I
But
also
when you hear
assumed
her,
it
it's
was-
just
yeah.
one version.
Like with Gwen Stefani, I sort of assumed, well, she's moving around, and it's probably easier to not be out of breath and, you know, to stand still in a studio and sing. But obviously, they started as a live band
Yeah.
for years and years and years.
Yeah.
So maybe that's youth, maybe that's who knows. But
And maybe it's also because she's in more of a punk ska band.
yeah,
It doesn't matter as much that she can't sing. Do you know what I mean? It's like a lot of punk bands. It's more about the power of the music
Right.
than about her being a
Right.
songstress.
yeah. I always liked her singing voice, like I said. So
There's also some definite mixing things happening at that show because you could hear guitars weirdly at the wrong time. Like,
Oh, really?
They didn't have it balanced, I don't think. Which maybe that's because they have so many different artists coming on and they can't.
Okay.
They're not like the same.
right.
But-
Right, which is why they were switching back and forth, right, between the two venues, so they could prepare
Yeah,
for
so
the
they
next.
can set. But then
Yeah.
one of the stages was Stevie Nicks was on the thing and it started moving. She says, "Oh, I guess I'm moving now." The stage just
They're like, this is our
another
gong
sign of
show.
God.
We're just going to get rid of you
You, Stevie,
because you went off
thank
script
you.
and said some dumb shit.
That's so funny.
God, Stevie.
I don't think anybody was bad that I heard. I think everybody was
Yeah.
was I mean, Sting was
Oh, I missed Sting.
he was great. He looks I don't think he's aged a day.
The
Yeah.
man is, it's insane.
It's crazy.
Yoga, guys, I'm telling you.
I don't know. He's ridiculous.
He was good.
Oh, good. Did he sing any police songs or just solo songs?
No, I don't what did he do?
I'm going to look that one up
He
later.
did Message in a Bottle.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is that him or that police?
I'm pretty sure that's police.
Yeah, I think that's police.
And then he did a couple other ones. I don't know. I'm not sure what they were. I think he got into his flowery
Oh, boy.
lyricist
Sumner. Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Meanwhile, it's their biggest hit, and I'm like, don't even know what it is.
I love them all.
I liked them all. Yeah.
I'll take all Sting all the time. Oh, Sting.
Oh, Sting.
And then he came out and sang with Stevie Wonder,
I love Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
who actually Stevie Wonder did not sound that great, but yes, he was fine. But he had this like wool long black coat on, and I was like, oh,
Well, who
he
did?
looked great. Sting,
Oh, yeah.
he looked great.
We saw him a few years ago at the Bowl
Same.
with not Peter Gabriel.
Frampton?
No, the British guy. Maybe it was Peter
Maybe it
Gabriel.
was- yeah,
I think
it
it
was
was
Peter
Peter
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Peter Gabriel. And so I don't know how old he was then, but he was well over 60. And I was like, that is one of the most attractive men I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe he was sleeveless or something. And I was like, I don't understand. Like, how does he do that? Like,
He's 73.
yeah. So he was in his late 60s. I was like, this is insane. Like, this is really ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like him and Jude Law are aging like this way and are going to meet at the middle and be the same person.
That's funny.
So you guys know the other day we did this episode about weird deaths.
Yeah, this might come out before that episode, by the way.
You're right. So
This is a little sneak preview of
this is a little sneak
Tuesday's
preview
episode.
because there was some stuff that I was like, I don't think I should share this on the main group because it's so dark.
Okay,
and
yes,
like
let's get into
and
it.
like weird.
Okay.
So there were some stories that I was like, man, these are wild. And I was like, you know what if we just talked about them on the bonus?
I love it.
And if people are not into it, I guess they can just
Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Fuck you, our favorite listeners. So a couple of them I thought are interesting because we are always you guys both have dishwashers or no?
Yes.
Professional people who come in and wash your dishes.
Yes. They wear an apron and they take shifts.
Same. It's common in California to have a person come in your house.
Very funny.
And you always put your knives down,
Yeah.
right?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. So
I put my knives out, but
look
Knives
at
out.
you.
Yeah. Yep.
So I went through this list. It's on Wikipedia. In the 2000s, this is lists of unusual deaths.
Oh, okay. I love it.
There were more than one situation of people slipping in their kitchens.
No.
That's right. Yeah. Falling on their dishwashers and their knives facing up. Okay?
What kind of a maniac leaves the knives up and the dishwasher open?
Dead people. Okay. That's who. I'm trying to find the specific.
also, how do you? I don't even.
That's vile. Even a fork could kill you.
Yes.
Oh, our forks are obviously the forks are up because you can't put them down. They wouldn't fit in the slots. At least in ours, they wouldn't.
We put some of our forks down because they're tiny and the smaller part will go through. We have to put them down.
Okay.
It's so dumb.
Wow. Even with enough velocity, a spoon could probably take out an eye.
Oh, yeah. You know, my daughter is obsessed with this idea that in her mind that she can't stop thinking about is that if an eyeball was put in a vice.
Oh, my God.
She likes to think about this.
An eyeball out of someone's head.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
just an eyeball.
Would it be crumbled?
Uh-huh.
Or would it be liquidy smashed?
Liquidy smash.
Liquidy smashed.
That's what I thought too.
I think,
Yeah.
I mean, there's...
It'd be like a grape.
She
I
likes
mean, my eyeball wouldn't because they're so fucking dry. But yeah, I think a normal person.
Ours are dust.
Yeah.
So she likes to think about this a lot.
My son can't even hear about me putting contacts in. He's so freaked out by eye stuff.
Tell him about this.
Oh, he will leave the room. There's no way.
Okay, so here's one. This happened in 2003. While visiting a friend, a 31-year-old woman slipped and fell onto an open dishwasher, landing on an upright knife.
Jesus Christ.
She died of her injuries. She was taken at the hospital. But does the friend get convicted of involuntary manslaughter?
No, I think that's just an accident. There's no negligence or anything. It's just, I don't think so.
Here's another one. Canadian man, unknown, visiting his mother's house in order to attend his father's funeral.
Oh, no.
Whilst cleaning the kitchen, tripped over the open dishwasher door and was impaled on the knives sticking out of the cutlery tray.
Are there certain dishwashers where you can't do it handle down?
I think
handle up?
I bet people do it because they think they'll get cleaner that way.
But doesn't the water come from I don't know where the water comes from.
Where
But
does water come from? I mean, in general.
I think the sky? I don't know.
Oceans? Sky? Who knows?
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
it actually comes from a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen.
Oh, look at him.
And dew point. And what's the dew point matters.
Yeah.
We went on this trip once to Tahoe with our friends, and one of them happens to be a doctor. I have a friend who's a doctor. I'm not bragging.
Whoa.
And their friends came one of them is a doctor. And I'll tell you, they fucking really think they know what they're talking about. And that doctor friend would not stop talking about the dew point. And so Sven and I are now always constantly, because nobody fucking knows really what the dew point is. And so we like to pretend we know what the dew point is and bring it up as often as we can. But if people are talking about weather in any situation, we'll be but what is the dew point and how is the dew point going to affect this?
I got news for you. I have no idea what you're talking about. What is the dew point?
I don't know.
The point at which the
Dew
dew in the
forms?
air becomes rain?
Maybe. But if you go to your weather app, it's going to list the dew point.
I think it's going to be something to do with a gnarly trick you do while on Mountain Dew. Doesn't that seem like the dew point?
I'm hitting my dew point.
Exactly.
Bro! And you have to say bro after.
Yeah.
The temperature at which air needs to be cooled down to reach 100% relative humidity,
Okay, so that's
Does that
right.
explain?
Yeah, that to make water.
causing water vapor in the air to condense into liquid water droplets, essentially forming dew.
Okay.
Well, dew point. All right. You want to hear another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that one's not good.
I don't even know how we got on dew point.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. We don't have to know. I want to find this. There's another one that's really. Oh, this woman. Listen to what she did. A 45-year-old Taiwanese woman bathed in 40.5% ethanol in an attempt to protect herself from SARS during the SARS outbreak.
No.
She laid down in the fluid at 11 p.m. and was found dead at 11 a.m. by her family the next day.
Oh my
Her BAC
God.
was 1.35%, and she most likely absorbed the alcohol through her skin. So, guys, even if Trump tells you you should do this,
Wait a second. She died of alcohol poisoning.
yes, 1.35% BAC, blood alcohol
Holy
content,
Shit.
How do you get that much alcohol into a...
because it all
Tub.
goes into your skin. Oh, I mean, yeah, she must have bought.
What is ethanol used for? Isn't it? I thought it was like gasoline or something.
40 point.
Ethanol.
I was thinking she brought. Isn't it? What is this?
Peroxide?
Yeah, she probably bought hydrogen peroxide or what's the other one? Rubbing alcohol.
Jesus Christ, that is so upsetting.
It was one of those. I don't know which one.
Like, at what point? I wonder if you feel drunk and like.
You go, I should get out of here, but I'm
Right.
so relaxed.
Yeah.
Or if it feels like you'd start to feel really bad and then be like, I should get out of here.
Right.
But she
Didn't.
maybe she felt bad, but was like, well, it's working.
Oh my God, that poor woman. That is so upsetting.
Yeah, rubbing alcohol is either isopropyl alcohol or ethanol.
Okay.
Rubbing alcohol. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So
All
don't
right.
bathe in it.
No.
I mean, that's my how to survive tip. For sure, don't bathe in it.
Right.
Even if you see on a chat room or your president or the health and what's Kennedy's title?
Health and Human Services.
If he tells you,
HHS.
he's probably going to be too busy producing a record for, somebody
my God.
to do it. He's going to get in with Kash Patel and they're going to...
Just the clips
God,
of
could you imagine that song?
the clips of them asking him about. So you think that the coronavirus affected Black people and Jewish people less? Well, I was just quoting a study, and then just Cheryl Hines looking at him like, "Yeah, it's my man."
Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song playing
Yeah.
in your head the whole time.
It's so fucking weird. It's just so fucking weird.
If he doesn't
Yeah.
get confirmed, she's going to divorce him instantly.
Oh, he'll get confirmed.
Yeah, he will. I read I couldn't read the whole thing because I started to get too upset, but there was an Esquire piece about the journalist interviewing him, talked to him because the journalist's son had leukemia, and I think recovered, like lived, but had wanted to connect with Kennedy because Kennedy had so much loss at a young age, and this idea of like how it shaped him.
Yeah.
And that this idea of his son having this trauma, and Kennedy basically was like, well, it's your fault you gave him leukemia. Like, it's your fault he got leukemia because of the vaccines you gave him. And it's
just so weird that he's like trying to spin it that he's not anti-vax when he's been quoted as saying, I'll see someone on a hike and with a baby and tell them don't vax their
he's
baby.
vehemently.
It's just so fucking bizarre.
Anti-vax.
Did you see Bernie Sanders with the onesies?
Yes. I mean, I didn't see it. I heard it.
He had these onesies that I guess this
Like proud anti-vax or something like that.
the I don't know what it is, foundation that Kennedy used to be the head of, but recently resigned from, I'm assuming because he's running for office, or not office, but this position, has these onesies for sale that are like, don't vax me, like little baby things.
Yes.
And he's like, so what about these? He's like, I have nothing to do with that. I don't work with them anymore. I don't know about it.
I don't know who's in charge of the
And he's
merchandise.
like, but would you tell them to stop selling these? I don't have anything to do. It's just like all they can
Yes.
do is just say the opposite, and then everything. It's
deny,
fine.
deny.
It's just so, but no one believes him. But it doesn't matter. It's
Doesn't
just
matter.
all theater.
It doesn't
it's just
matter.
so fucking peculiar.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And he's very antidepressants as well.
yeah, the man who was on heroin for 11 years.
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. who's self-medicated most of his life
Whose wife killed herself.
because he told her to. Oh, I mean, he bullied her too.
Yeah.
He's a fucking monster. And he fits in with the entire administration.
Yeah.
Guys, listen, this episode I'm putting
So
together
uplifting.
is going to
Yeah.
really help us.
Okay.
Not this one we're hearing right now.
No.
I think it will because
Right.
it's wacky. It's wacky what's happening, what we're going to hear. Are you ready for another one?
Yes.
This is really bonkers, okay? I'm not going to give you their names to protect their families in case they're listening. They're not. But these were two young guys in the early aughts who were out having a real bender.
Okay.
So they're out drinking at a bar. They leave the bar. They're 23 and 21.
Okay.
The 23-year-old's hanging out the passenger window while the 21-year-old's driving.
Oh no.
The 21-year-old drives off the road and sideswipes a telephone pole support wire,
No.
decapitating
No.
the friend.
Oh my God.
He continues
Hereditary shit.
the final 12 miles to his Atlanta home unaware. That's how drunk he is.
Bro, are you mad at me, bro? Why are you answering my questions?
They're blasting Metallica.
Oh my God.
Parks in the
Not Talking
driveway.
Heads?
No talking. Parks in the driveway and goes to bed.
No.
Yeah. A neighbor finds the headless body in the truck the next morning. Mm-hmm. The head was still back at
Right.
When was this?
2004. Early aughts.
Interesting.
Okay. And that's how.
And I read more about this story because I was like so fascinated.
Yeah.
The family of the victim pleaded for the incarcerated one
Yeah,
to be
the driver.
released.
Right.
Because the families are really good friends.
Okay.
And the boys grew up together. And they were like, this was a tragic accident.
Right.
You know, we don't want him punished. And
Can they at least suspend his license?
I hope so.
So was he released?
I don't know that.
I mean, he was still drunk driving.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he still hopefully was punished for that.
I think that's manslaughter.
I believe that is.
Jesus.
Jeez Louise. I never understand how that works. Like, you broke the law, but then the family can, other people can say, nah, we dropped the charges. But isn't it the state bringing the charges? So
I think they requested like
or maybe a leniency in the
They're-
sentencing hearing.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
okay.
yes. This.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to skip that. Sorry. I think I'm going to get to the big story. Guys,
The big story.
the big story. Oh, wait, here's something interesting. A 43-year-old Irish woman died of an allergic reaction
Okay.
after having sex with a German Shepherd. Its owner and the woman met in an internet chat room for bestiality. The owner,
So the owner pimps out her dog.
I would say it's his, and he was prosecuted and added to a sex offender list. Oh, the dog was later destroyed.
Why? What did he do?
Well, maybe the allergic reaction meant that the dog had some kind of illness.
He was just allergic to dogs.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know, but
She had sex with a dog and then died of an allergic reaction.
yes, the guy was placed on a sex offender list.
Maybe the dog had eaten some peanuts or something.
Maybe the dog was just hanging out at schools and looking a little bit too excited about the kids.
Oh yeah. The dog had it was supposed to register. Jesus Christ! But what's in it for the person who owns the dog? You know, like what is
Watching?
that? Watching, I guess.
I don't know. Oh, this one I think was an interesting one. A guy. Okay, I think I remember most of it, but I kind of want to find it just to make sure. Oh wait, this was an interesting one too. So 20 passengers and the crew of it's called a Turbolet, Let L410 Turbolet. I want to be sensitive because we just had a big plane crash here. But this was in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 2010.
Okay.
A crocodile escaped on the plane. Somebody smuggled
What?
it aboard in their carry-on. So it's not. It can't. It's it got to be a baby.
Baby,
I mean,
yeah.
unless carry-on restrictions are different there, and you can take, the size of a
Cello,
coffin.
yeah.
Panicked passengers surged forward, unbalancing the plane.
Wait. Say
What?
Wait. Say it again.
So the passengers, there's 20 passengers.
Uh-huh.
The crocodile escapes mid-flight.
Okay, so they
from the
freak
carry-on,
out.
they surge forward, like they all run forward to the front of the plane to get away from the crocodile. It unbalances the plane
What?
and causes a loss of control, and it crashes the plane.
Well, that just unlocked a brand new fear for me. I didn't know that was possible.
I didn't either. That's got to be. I'm guessing not a 747. That's
Oh
not
no,
gonna
no,
happen.
it's a smaller,
just-
it's a smaller plane,
like a puddle jumper or something.
and guess who survived the crash?
the crocodile.
Yep.
Amazing.
But was promptly killed by a blow from a machete. Imagine you survive a fucking plane crash, and then somebody comes up and kills you with a
Why did they
machete.
kill him.
I know. He's like, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't even want to be on this plane.
All right. Speaking of that, I
It's
just
just
have to say
somebody's-
this. But did you hear when the reporter asked if Trump was going to visit the crash site? Did you hear what he
No,
said?
I didn't.
What do you want to go swimming?
He said, "Well, just water. What do you want me to go swimming?"
He is.
He's the worst person that's ever lived.
He is. I mean,
I thought it was Alex Jones. It's neck and neck.
yeah. But Stephen Miller's pretty bad. That's what I'm afraid of. He's going to be president.
Why would he be president?
Why wouldn't he?
Oh, you
be?
mean elected eventually?
like we're all like, oh, Trump, and then we've got.
Isn't he Jewish? He's not going to be elected
Yeah,
president.
he's Jewish.
He won't be elected.
Also,
They're-
how tall is he?
I don't think he's that tall either.
I was just thinking about. I was listening to a profile of him on The Daily and how awful he is.
He is awful.
So awful. Like, and I was like, oh, he'll probably be president.
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry to
So-
bring it back to Ding Dong, but
No. It's hard to not think about him.
yeah.
And it's the last person I want to think about. There's an interesting one that I want to tell you about. I'm sorry I have these breaks in between
No, it's
while
all right.
I find them. I just want to get the facts. I want to get the facts right.
Yeah, get
Do
your
you think
facts
that
right.
person had an emotional support certificate for that crocodile?
I think it was an emotional support crocodile, Karen. I think you're right.
It was like Lyle Crocodile. He was taking him to perform in Paris. Their song and dance act.
There's a lot of crazy ones that I'm not even going to tell you. There's so many crazy ones, you guys. This one I think is like, it has a lot of moral weight to it. Not moral weight. It's more like, I feel like there's layers to this.
Okay.
A 74-year-old, this is in 2015, was decorating his family's grave plot at St. Joseph's Cemetery in Throop, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Throop. With his wife when the tombstone of his mother-in-law toppled over, pinning him underneath and crushing him to death.
What?
Yeah.
How big was this tombstone?
It was 400 pounds. The
What?
stone had supposedly been dislodged when the previously frozen ground was thawed by the early spring temperatures. Guess what? He was buried in a plot directly in front of the tombstone that killed him.
Oh my God. You think you have mother-in-law problems.
Right? Like it felt so...
It's like a hacky joke, yeah.
But it just felt so like... She was like, I'll fucking get you.
So the woman had to witness this. She witnessed her husband being...
she like... I read up on it a little bit more because I was like, this is fascinating. So... She ran to get help and like found probably like a gnarled old caretaker.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, the guy.
Wizened, yeah.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, like his one hand is all like weird and gnarled. It's basically the crypt keeper.
Right.
She found the crypt keeper and he came and he was slow because his one foot drags.
Oh my God. So
I knew
slow.
nothing about that.
And obviously he can't lift 400 pounds. The two
No.
of them are just lifting, and it's between the two of them they can only lift 10
He's
pounds.
only got one working arm.
Yes.
The other one's got to hold the lantern.
And he's like, I'm going to have to get the post hole digger.
Oh my God.
Which isn't even a thing you can lift a stone with. It only digs holes.
Right. What was he?
What's he going to do with a post hole digger?
Maybe he wanted the man to fall into the grave and just like call, just dispense with the formalities.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that was it.
Jesus.
And
That
then
is horrific.
imagine after she kills him, he has to spend his lifetime buried next to
Yeah.
her. Just the two of them.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty crazy story.
It's a good one.
I can't even visualize how that.
I know.
happens.
I'm trying to figure it
Well,
out.
I think he's like, I think he's leaning. It's probably like narrow
Tall.
and tall.
Yeah.
He's leaning down to put the flowers, and it just falls and catches his head and pins it. That's it.
Oh my God.
That's it, guys.
Banana times.
So, okay. This is the story. I'm going to have to go to this Vice article for this. The strange, sad story of the man named Mr. Hands.
Come on.
Who died.
The Crypt Keeper
I
that
was
we were
going to say.
talking about?
He's Mr. Hand.
Who died from having sex with a horse.
Good
You know
Lord.
what? These people deserve all this shit.
Oh, 100% agree. So
He was allergic to hay.
I stumbled into this weird world, you guys.
Oh no. Were you on the dark web again?
I was, because of this list, okay? And there were this man, Kenneth Pinion, I don't mind saying his name because he's got a sickness. He was pronounced dead due to acute peritonitis that resulted from the perforation of the sigmoid colon during anal intercourse with a horse.
My dude.
Wait,
Yeah.
he was taking, I guess, wait, is that what you would normally do with a horse? You would have the horse. How would you even do that?
Well, that's what these men are doing. There's a group of men. There was, and I think they still exist. Okay. This is 10 years ago. Well, when was this piece written? July 15th. So
Okay.
a little longer. A surveillance camera captured the license plate of the car that dropped the man off at the hospital after a horrific erotic encounter, leading detectives to 54-year-old James Michael Tate, who lived next to the 30-acre farm. At the man's trailer, the police confiscated the recording of Pinion, or Mr. Hands, as his zoophile friends called him, being fucked by a horse they referred to as Big Dick. Zoophile is the term that these men use to. They're a group of men who are all
Bestiality.
into bestiality, specifically with horses. And at the time, bestiality was legal in Washington. Okay, and there was no evidence of the men.
What? Wait, what? Legal?
It was.
Wait, this just happened in July?
This is all in 2015.
But still, what? Huh?
Yeah.
How is it legal? Okay.
Okay, right? So he was only charged with trespassing. Okay? But since the scandal was so salacious, Washington state made bestiality a Class C felony, punishable by up to 5 years behind bars and a $10,000 fine. So they voted after Pinion's death. They were like, we got to make this illegal.
Yeah.
So they did. I guess this became national news.
Yeah.
And a viral sensation because there was a video documenting him having sex.
Oh my God.
It became, went all over the creepy 4chan boards. Internet users were like talking about it. There was a Seattle Times reported the death. It became the publication's most read online article that year.
It seems like you would die every time. Like, how do you not die?
Okay, so the story of Mr. Hands and the group of male zoophiliacs who hung out together, got drunk, and lined up to get plowed by horses was the subject of a 2007 documentary called Zoo, which later went to Sundance and Cannes. Have you guys heard of this at all?
No.
Garen, have you heard of
I
it?
feel like I've heard this, but I don't know. I don't know.
This is all news to me. So I guess there was a investigative piece published in Seattle Alt Weekly, The Stranger, in 2006. The film portrays the zoos, that's what they're called, these men, as tragic and lonely human beings rather than animal abusing perverts. So the guy,
aren't they both?
yeah, I
Why
mean,
not both?
yeah, they don't
Yeah.
have to be.
it doesn't have to be one or the other.
Yeah.
So this piece that I'm referencing in Vice is an interview with the guy who did the investigative piece.
Okay.
So he's actually back in Washington to sort of check in and see like what happened to these men, what happened since they made bestiality illegal in Washington, where did these men end up, and just to kind of like follow up. So that's what I was going to talk to you guys about, because I thought this whole thing was really fucked up, fascinating, but also just like, I don't know, really dark.
Yeah.
So after James Michael Tate, he was the ringleader of these zoophiliacs. He moved to Tennessee because there are no laws about bestiality there. He was arrested in Tennessee in 2009, apparently, with animal cruelty. Because they don't want to be thought of as child pornographers or child molesters. They don't want to be treated like that, right? So, and he says if Pinion didn't die, those guys would still be fucking horses today. No one would have suspected anything. It's
Right.
paradise for a horse fucker up in Washington.
Jesus. I'm just trying to figure out how you do it, because a horse standing on its legs would be very tall, no? I don't know.
I've seen a horse dick before.
Okay,
I grew up
yes,
on a
me
farm.
too.
My grandparents had a farm, and this is no small feat. This is like fucking fence posts. And so I don't know what they're doing.
And it's obviously not just about size, because you could get a dildo or something. This is about it being a horse.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear?
Yeah. Sorry.
'Cause No. It's a very legitimate question, and I would like to answer for you.
Please.
Because the next question in this: how exactly did they train the horses to fuck them? This is from the piece, the Vice piece. They would literally bend over and wait for the horse to fuck them. They'd also put some type of scent on themselves. The pheromone people used to get horses to breed. Did they ever fuck the horses? You might want to know that.
Yes, I was curious.
No, that wasn't their school. There are all different sorts of flavors of zoos. They're calling these people zoos. Their thing was about getting fucked in the ass. There were others who liked that, but that was not in their circle. They wanted the studs and the bulls, never cows. There was this element of cocks, big cocks. They never talked about pussies. If my memory stands correct, these men were also fucking each other. After they got fucked by a horse, they'd play games with each other and their stretched assholes. Sorry, this is so graphic.
Oh my god. Okay.
Thank you for subscribing to our Patreon. It's the only place you're going to get
classy
talk
stuff.
about stretched asses.
I'm sorry. Trigger warning. Please don't listen to this with your kids.
Or your horses.
Okay, do you want to hear more?
Yeah.
Did they pick specific horses from the farm, or were they down to be fucked by any horse?
Yeah, were they picky?
Yeah. They had preferences. They would figure out which horse was too strong, which had the biggest cock, which was the quietest. Oh, not quietest.
Who's not going to tell?
Which was the quickest to fuck. It was like going to a horse auction. Okay, they were really into cows too. One of the guys literally said he planned on eating one of the bulls after it fucked him.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick.
I found that to be very problematic. Getting fucked by something you were going to eat. He was super darkly into zoophilia in a way that was unlike the others. A lot of these guys wanted to see themselves as massive animal fuckers, guys who could take on huge things. They would even talk about fucking dolphins, which supposedly have big cocks.
A woman did that.
I think, I've heard of this. Okay, you guys have heard of Dan Savage, right? Mm-hmm. He's a very well-known sex writer.
Wait, sorry, I just want to
Yes.
go back to that woman with the dolphin. I think she jerked off the dolphin. I don't think she actually had.
Are there stories of dolphins trying to
They're very,
sexually assault
Yes.
women or men?
Yes.
Yeah,
They're
but
very horny.
This one woman, I think she would pleasure the dolphin. I don't think it was intercourse. Okay, anyway, remind me who Dan Savage. Oh, Dan Savage. Wait, remind me who that is.
He's a very well-known sex writer.
Sex writer.
I think he has like a column where he answers people's questions. He's very much like people should feel open to do what works for them, and he's all about like not having shame and talking about.
He's not the guy behind Better Off Dead. Who's that guy? Savage.
Oh, no. That's
Savage something Savage. It's not Dan Savage.
Steve
Savage?
or
Yeah,
something
okay,
like that?
sorry. All right, never mind. Go on.
Dan Savage and I would talk. This is the journalist. Dan Savage and I would talk about if it was a fetish for animals or a fetish for massive cocks. That question, it's hard for me to say cocks this many times. It just feels very graphic. Sorry, we can bleep it. We're not going to bleep
No,
it,
we're not
guys.
going to.
Just kidding. That question was there the whole time we were working on Zoo. Oh, so this is the documentary filmmaker, sorry. And I never found out the answer. This could undermine their claims of being Zoo. I must admit, was on it was on my mind, but we didn't explore these questions enough. We were mostly focused on Mr. Hand's actual death and the community and culture of zoos he was involved with at the time. To me, it's clear today that these guys had this worship of cock that may have had nothing to do with horses.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't know. Based on your research, do you think zoophilia is a fetish or is it more of a lifestyle and sexual identity? The horse that killed Mr. Hands was nicknamed Big Dick, right? It wasn't called Nice Horse or Beautiful. Huh, okay. What's
the difference between a fetish and a lifestyle? I don't understand. Is one morally reprehensible and one isn't?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that fetish is morally reprehensible. I mean, I think it's morally reprehensible if it's with a child. Like, if it's not morally reprehensible to be into feet, right?
No, right. But this is obviously morally reprehensible.
yeah.
So I'm just curious what the distinction is. It seems like they're making some sort of judgment distinction. And
It does seem so, but it seems like it's like, well, whether or not they're into... Okay, so do you think zoophilia a fetish or is it more of a lifestyle and sexual identity? To me, it's like, it's none of those things. It's wrong.
Right.
That's my thinking of it. Because it's like, even if you're getting the animal to do it to you, it still feels exploitive to the animal.
Right.
Let's see what they say about Coyote. Oh, Coyote, the narrator of our doc, was the real deal. He was a real zoo. He had this thing with dogs and other animals. He was making love to them, not just fucking them. That was his thing. It was actual passion and love for animals. The other guys who were into big dicks could have just had intense fetishes. Like, I'm like, I don't think you can split hairs with this. This is all.
But now I see what they're saying. It's like, you know, the woman who married a bridge or whatever that was. Like, they actually think they're in love with the dog. Like, they're set. You know, they have bubble baths and there's hearts leading up to the bed and, you know,
you're
petals.
like, it's okay because I'm making it romantic when I have sex with a dog.
Right.
Are they dog treats in the shape of
There's
hearts?
dog treats in the shape of hearts.
See, I'm doing it right. Oh, here's something interesting about Mr. Hands, the guy who died. I think he was just into fetishes. He was into extreme things and hurting his body. We didn't get into this in the film, but he was involved in a motorcycle accident. He lost a lot of his ability to sense things and had bad neural damage. People in this zoophilia community thought that putting the horse cock in his ass was an effort to feel things again. Getting into extreme stuff was a way to regain neural sensation. He was into fisting. He was into big dildos. He was into pushing things sexually.
Don't you think it's weird that wasn't addressed in the documentary? Seems like a kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, he was also building a barn that he wanted to live in with a horse. Maybe he was developing feelings for the animal, but maybe not. There might have been animal love, but when you really get down to it, they were just into horse cock.
That's a bumper sticker. When you get down to it.
I'll give you love horse cock.
Yeah.
Let's see. They're asking if it's as much as of a taboo now as it was then. It's absolutely as much of a taboo as it was 10 years ago. No
I
one
should hope so.
Yeah, I hope it's worse. Do you think it's going to change under the Trump administration?
Oh, no.
Well,
they're not going to allow black horses to do it.
No.
Yes, sir.
But it's DEI.
No one wants to think about... Well, isn't what DEI what caused the plane crash?
Yeah.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Because you just can hire anybody now. No one wants to think or talk about it. Zoophilia is so out there in terms of sexuality that it's very hard to broach. And there isn't support for it from other minority groups or sexual communities. There's already enough trouble about people deciding if we should keep doing tests on chimps. But to talk about it, if we should be allowed to fuck them too?
Oh, my God.
Why are they even interviewing this guy?
Oh, my God.
It's so bizarre. Anyway.
I wonder, do they ejaculate when the horse ejaculates? Is that the idea?
They're
They
timing
probably
it?
fucking drown.
Well, I mean,
how he died.
the idea is that it's turning them on, right?
To be fucked by a horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Are you
So-
saying they're trying to time their ejaculations?
I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying,
How
like,
romantic.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, do they actually get off?
Oh, I think so.
Right. Okay.
But also die,
Yeah.
potentially.
No, that's the risk.
I mean, guys, this
Go
is
big or go home.
crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
Anyway,
And the thing is, the internet allowed these people to find each other. You know,
yeah.
this group.
So should we get rid of the internet?
Yes,
Probably.
100%.
Let's do it. Let's start a change.org petition. I'll write it up. It's going to basically just say, due to the proliferation of horse fucking communities,
Right.
I demand the immediate eradication of the internet.
Yeah.
Does that sound perfect?
I think it. Yeah. Yeah. House bill. I think so.
Yeah, I think it's good. I have no notes
Louise.
for my own work, as per usual.
You did great.
Yeah, not everyone feels the same about my work.
Holy McMoly.
So that was the one that I was like, if I put this out there, then other people have to live with it.
Yeah.
So I think
Certainly us.
yeah, only our special Patreon listeners.
I'm still trying to figure out because the front horse hooves can't be on the person because wouldn't that be too heavy? So are they like holding onto the fence like a
well, I don't. When horses, make love with another horse,
Yeah.
are they putting their hooves up on the other horse?
yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know. I guess I was imagining that the guy would have to be on like some kind of
Stool
situation.
That's what I thought too. But then they said they just bent over. So then I was picturing it. Okay, the guy's on the ground and the horse is mounting it, but
He's got to be on something. Oh, watch the documentary.
no, I'm good.
You can watch. You can watch this live, guys.
I really don't
No.
need to.
Could you imagine having to watch something like that?
I can, but I don't want to.
No, thank you. Yeah, I guess I assumed that the guy is like up on something.
Right. But then still, where would the horse's front hooves be? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good
On the
question.
shoulders?
You'd get really bad bruises.
I guess they don't care about that.
No.
They're into pain.
Yeah,
Oh my God. That's just
that's a David Cronenberg movie.
yeah. Imagine figuring that out that's your thing. Like how do you figure that out?
Maybe it's just already a fantasy in your head,
Right.
and then you're like,
well,
could
those
I make
bronies,
this?
that's kind of part of their deal too.
What are
right?
bronies?
Oh, they're fans of My Little Pony, but adult fans who are into
Like dressing up as My Little Pony? I mean, maybe that's how it starts. You're a brony,
yeah.
and then you're like, how could this be more real?
Right.
An actual horse.
Right. But the horses in My Little Pony are girls, right? Aren't they mainly girls? Or they're both?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
I think they used to be non-binary, but they're not allowed now.
Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh my God. All right.
So I feel like that was my topper.
You know what? You really can't do any
So to
better than that. Yeah.
I don't understand.
And I just, I'm sorry that has to live in your head now, but I feel less alone now.
Well, thanks a lot.
Are you guys doing anything fun this weekend? It's
I'm
Friday.
going to church.
You are.
Now, after that
Are
story,
you going to come see my sermon?
Oh, yeah. Well, we have book club on Sunday.
Yes, I have to finish the book. My dog ate some of the book.
Is that true?
It is absolutely true, and it's a library book, so I probably have to pay for it now.
Oh. Did she eat part that you had already read?
It's more like the edge of the book. Like I don't think she messed up any of the
Oh, okay, that's good.
parts I have to read.
Other than that, I don't think I have anything. Oliver has rehearsal on Saturday and then a party, so I think I'm just going to drive him to the party. I don't know.
Very good.
Yeah, I got nothing. What
Okay.
about you?
Let's see. Tonight is movie night at my house.
Oh, what are you watching?
So
Zoo?
yeah, me and the fam's we're all
Please
gonna
tell
watch.
me you're watching it on a. I know it's not. Please tell me whatever you're watching on the actual television.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I don't know yet. I gotta come up with a good movie. Did I tell you last Friday we watched Dee Dee?
No.
Oh, how is that?
It was good, but it's also like a lot darker than.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I'm surprised you watched that with the kids.
Yeah, they really liked it.
Oh, okay.
Like because I was like, they wanted something like Thelma. I showed them the trailer for Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, which had so many people in it they recognized, because it's like all these SNL people.
Yeah.
And it's silly. And then,
I've actually never seen it, but
Wait, what is Dee Dee about the kid like in the 90s or something?
yes, yeah.
like a coming of
like
age.
early aughts, and he's 13, but he's kind of, he's Asian and
Oh, yes, okay.
and connecting with his mom and his sister. There's a lot of arguing. I showed them both trailers and they were both like, definitely Dee Dee.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, surprised. Because they even laughed during the Walk Hard trailer. And then Benji goes, no, definitely not this.
Interesting.
So I was surprised.
Did he give a reason?
Nope. Just was like, not for me.
Okay.
And so I think I got to come up with something for tonight.
And did you? I haven't seen Dee Dee. It seemed too depressing.
It's kind of,
I don't love coming of age stories about when there's a lot of trauma. It's upsetting.
I don't think there's a lot of trauma, but
Okay.
I think you could, it's good. It's good, but I also could say you're not going to
Skip
feel
it.
great afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to watch awkward
Yes.
coming of age stories about kids people aren't being nice to them. And it's like,
Yeah,
it's a hard time of life. And just like, I think my kids liked it because they're close to that age.
It's relatable. Yeah.
I was thinking about, tell me what you guys think about this one. Jerry Maguire.
Okay, so there's at the very beginning there's a sex scene between him and Kelly Preston. I mean, there's no nudity, but it's like they're fucking against a wall.
Okay.
Let me see. Other
But
than
is
that,
is it rated R? I feel like it's PG-13.
I don't know.
Maguire? I think it's
I love the movie.
Yeah, I do
think
too.
It's really good.
Cameron Crowe.
It's romantic. It's funny. It's dramatic. Actually, that's funny because I was trying to remember what
It's R.
It's R. Okay.
what's her face who plays. Oh my God, what's her name? Who plays Cuba's wife when she's
Oh,
like
Regina.
Yeah. Yes.
Regina King.
Yes.
She's like shoe soda. Like I always try to remember what that is.
It's full of great
The,
performances.
like the
yes.
the things that you know what I'm talking about, the endorsements.
yeah.
Yes.
She's like shoe
Cereal?
So, I don't know. I'd have to
Yeah.
look it up, but I was like, that
haven't
would be
seen
a good
that movie
trivia
in
question.
years.
Anyway, full of good performances.
Yeah.
Everyone's good in it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I love it, but
I want something like that feels like it's funny, but it has
Yeah.
heart.
yeah,
Did you see My Old Ass?
We haven't.
That's a good one.
Okay.
and
maybe.
that's good for 12-year-olds.
They take mushrooms. I don't think you care about that really.
That's okay.
There's like she makes out with her girlfriend a little bit.
I mean, they've
There's
seen
a little bit
they've
of
seen
stuff like
Squid
that.
Game, they've seen Stranger Things, they've seen Deadpool.
Yeah, they're gonna be fine.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's fine. It's
you
fine.
know,
It's fine.
Yeah, you're
It's
fine.
the same. It's coming of age, but it's really funny. It's really sweet, and it's
Okay.
It is.
I
there's
keep
some
meaning to watch.
sadness,
Maybe we'll watch that this weekend.
But I love.
Well,
I really love that movie.
and you can watch it at home.
It's on Prime. Do you have
Oh,
Amazon
okay.
Prime?
yes, we do.
Okay.
And
Or you can go through my Voodoo. You've got access to it, right? I've got
yes,
tons and tons
I've got
of
your
stuff on there.
voodoo.
Jerry Maguire's on there,
Oh, perfect.
so
Yeah.
I got a soccer games
Okay.
and
have they seen the Back to the Future movies?
yeah.
I just
We've seen
watched
a lot
them
of the the Indiana
Classics,
Jones, the ETs,
Yeah.
Sven and I are going to try this time since I had norovirus last weekend
Yeah.
to see The Brutalist in theaters.
Right.
I need to do that too.
So the kids are going to be somewhere.
Home,
Oh, okay.
but like they can be alone.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Garen, you have plans for this weekend?
Yeah.
Nothing set, really. I need to start going to the movies. I haven't been to the movies in 2 or 3 weeks. 'cause
Oh
I've been
my
sick and
God.
everything. It's ridiculous.
What are you doing?
I know it's embarrassing, quite frankly.
Yeah, I'm
It
embarrassed
is.
for you.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. Yeah, the Grammys are
Oh, we're gonna watch the Grammys on
so
Sunday.
watch the Grammys.
Grammy party at my house. Meaning, just my family. I didn't give my address out
don't-
accidentally on the internet. People are gonna show up and be like, "I'm here for the Grammy party."
Oh, no.
I'll be like, "Sorry, that was a mistake."
I'll
Well,
probably
what
watch
time
more
does it
Will
start?
Smith.
I assume it's going to be on at 6 or something early because
Yeah.
it's LA, but it's also probably in LA. So yeah, it's probably going to
Yeah.
be 5 because it's going to be at 8 like Eastern time or something like
I
that.
don't know if I've ever watched the Grammys. I must have when I was younger, I guess.
I know I did when I was younger,
They
but
start at 5.
Uh-oh. You're going to be late.
oh, because book club.
Book club starts at 3.
Book club. That's okay. You know what? We'll record it.
Oh, I
and then
finished
we can watch it.
All Fours, by the way.
Oh my god!
I don't even know what I think. I kind of liked the overall idea, but But after a while, I was like, this book could fucking end at any time. It just felt like there were 5 endings.
It
and I
kept
was like,
going too long.
It just kept going. And I'm like, I get it. Just, I don't know.
There's a lot happening.
There's a lot to unpack.
Well, we should definitely, every woman, I think anybody should read it, honestly. I think you should read it, Garen. I think All Four is Miranda July's book. All Four. You know who Miranda July is, right?
I didn't.
Do I?
I didn't
I know that name.
You know who she is. She's an art monster.
What does that mean, an art monster?
An art monster is like Chloe Sevigny. It's like a person who's in the art world who makes art. I mean, Miranda July makes art. She's made some movies. She's also like a performance artist type person. She's very wacky.
Yeah, in the acknowledgments when she's thanking people, it's like there's a bunch of famous. I think Chloe Sevigny might be one of them.
For sure, they're friends. Or, and, you know, like it's part of the sort of art world. It's less LA and more sort of like New York kind of wacky art world people.
Right.
She had a movie come out in, I think, the early 2000s called Me, You, and Everyone You Know. Mm-hmm. That was a really interesting film. And then
You mean she wrote it?
She wrote it.
Okay.
I think she directed it. She's the star of it.
Oh.
And
John Hawkes.
Yeah, John Hawkes is in it. It's interesting. And she's comedic in a way that's a little different. That's like oddball.
Yeah.
And I think the book has some comedic elements.
Yeah.
I appreciated.
And who did you say she used to be married to?
Mike Mills, the director of Beginners. If you saw the movie
Yeah, I've
Beginners,
never seen
some
it.
other movies I can't think of.
Okay.
I think the book is really well written. I think it's interesting. I think I love a unlikable protagonist. I don't know if
she's pretty unlikable.
I don't know if she knows that it's an unlikable protagonist because it's very much based on her own personality. I think it's great that there's a book about perimenopause and about aging and about losing desire and
What is that? Is that premenopause?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 10 years of life that they don't talk about with you very much. Like I just learned that, you know, I had frozen shoulder in both my shoulders and had to have surgery on both my shoulders. And now one single specialist I saw ever said, you know, this is part of perimenopause. It's very common. And only now that it seems there's a lot more emerging research and women talking, like experts that are talking about perimenopause and menopause are saying frozen shoulder. When I had done Googling on it, it only was being talked about in Japan as a disease of menopause.
But men get it too.
Men get it through injuries often. Men
whacking
get it
off.
They cannot stop beating off.
Right.
And they
Think
get
it has
frozen
the opposite
shoulder.
effect.
What?
You'd think it'd make your shoulder stronger to.
Well,
do all
it's
that. I guess
uneven
not
and you're
using
compensating with the other one.
Exactly. So anyway, I think that's great.
Yeah.
You know? It's a really, I think, divisive book in a lot of ways too. I think it's a great book. I want everyone book club to read it because I think it has such interesting conversational.
It was interesting, and I did like a lot of it. I just was like, let's just get on with it. I was just like kind of done.
Let's get out of this world.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was just like,
Yeah.
I didn't care about the relationship with the woman that she had after she and her husband make that decision. And
Yes.
like, I was just like, this woman seems horrible. I don't like her at all. Why are we spending so much time with her? But whatever.
She is.
Yeah. But then I went on Instagram like you told me and I looked at her and she has got these weird dance. Is she trying to be funny in those dance videos?
I don't know.
Okay. Because it was really hard to watch. And also, dance is actually a big part of the book.
Yes.
And as a dancer, I was even embarrassed. Like, I was like picturing what she was talking about.
Yes.
I'm like, this sounds really embarrassing. Like, no one is winning my heart over with a hip hop dance. I'm sorry. It wasn't ballet or modern.
The guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy does this sexy hip hop dance
Yes.
that's, I'm like, no.
Were you like, I can't tell. I couldn't decide if it was going to be that it turns out he was really bad, but it ended up I don't want to spoil for people who are going to read it.
Well, no, because she at some point makes a point that he's not really bad.
Well, we
that
know,
he's very
know,
good.
but we don't know that for a while.
Oh,
only
well,
her
well-
opinion. It's only her opinion.
Oh, no, I assumed she was correct.
I just was like, wouldn't it be funny if it turned out he was
That's
really
funny.
bad?
Because when she was describing her own dancing,
Yeah.
I was like, this sounds horrible. This sounds like really, really embarrassing.
I just always pictured it as how I've seen her dance on Instagram, which
Yeah,
is
see,
this
I hadn't seen that.
weird sort of art monster, and she's gone on to have these sort of like relationships with much younger actresses like Margot Qualley. So it'll be like her and Margot Qualley dancing in their underwear and, you know, having sexual relationships with, I think, younger actresses.
Oh.
And I'm just sort of like low grade embarrassed for her as a woman who's
Yes.
kind of our age, which I shouldn't be, because it's like, yeah, dance around in your underwear if you want to. But there's something, because I think she
seems very thirsty.
so takes herself so seriously, like
Right.
the character in the book, who's like,
Right.
you know, I'm semi famous, and then
Yeah.
when she's in Monrovia, she's like, and then I went to this bar and there were regular people there.
yeah,
and I'm
she's
like,
very obnoxious.
I'm like, oh God, you are this character.
yeah.
You're not writing about a terrible person. You're just writing about yourself,
Yeah.
who just looks down on anybody who doesn't like
right.
know how to dress perfectly or
Right.
you know, read the kind of work you read. And
Yeah. It did. I did end up liking it more than I thought I was going to. So I'll say that.
same. I had stopped reading it because I was like, I do not like you.
Oh.
And then enough people in my life were reading it too that
Okay.
I talk about books with, and they were like, go back to it so we can talk about it.
She did thank Margaret Qualley in the thank yous. I
course.
didn't realize she had a relationship with
I don't know
her.
if it was Margaret. Well, Margaret Qualley's married, but like
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking. Wait, are we saying the same person?
Margaret Qualley.
Not Margot Qualley.
Who's Margot Qualley?
Isn't that her name?
Margaret Qualley.
You know,
The actress?
I've been sitting here
Jack
this
Antonoff's
entire
wife?
time trying to
Yeah.
be like, is it Margaret or Margaret?
Okay, I'm
think
sorry.
it's-
You're right. Her. Yes. I didn't realize. Yes, that's we're talking about Margaret. Okay, we're talking about the same person.
Yes.
Hey there, God, it's Margaret.
The
Qualley.
Substance actress, Andy
Yeah,
McDowell's
Andy McDowell's daughter, yeah.
Ravishingly beautiful.
Speaking of Oscar movies,
Yeah.
I didn't realize how hated Amelia Perez is. It is,
Oh, even the critics are like, why is this nominated?
yeah, and the actress is in all sorts of shit
Oh, yeah, for stuff,
for stuff
she
that she's
said
put on Twitter.
What did she
earlier.
say?
She said dumb stuff about
Muslims and
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
What do you mean? Like she blamed George Floyd?
She called him something bad, maybe.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think she called him a swindler.
She's not going to win an Oscar now.
Oh, well, it's too late.
They already
the
voted.
voting's already done.
Well, she shouldn't. She's terrible. I'm sorry. I thought she was terrible. I really did. I know you liked it, but
No.
He didn't.
Oh,
I
you
did.
didn't like-
I thought it was fine.
Oh, you liked the movie. That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
But
yeah, I thought she was really bad.
I've adjusted my impressions. Not that not because I think it's just I've had time to sit with it, and like I think it was more like I enjoyed sort of watching the ridiculous spectacle of
Yeah.
it, but I don't, and I think what's her name?
Zoe Saldana.
I thought she was incredible.
Yeah, I thought
I
she was
didn't
good.
know that they didn't hire anybody of Mexican descent on it at all.
Is
any-
Selena
No.
not? What is she?
I think
I
she's,
think she's
from
a-
Texas.
Yeah, she's like a.
But isn't she of Mexican
well, no,
descent?
but her
That-
last
I
name is
don't-
Gomez.
But I don't know what that. I don't know about her. I don't know.
Okay.
But the guy who did it, he's French.
I knew that.
Yeah.
There's. I
Is
don't,
the
I
lead
can't get into
actress
it.
not Mexican?
Where's Zoe Saldana from?
Zoe Saldana
She's-
is black and
I thought she was black
Something.
and Spanish. I thought she was black and like one of her parents
Hispanic.
was.
I don't know if she's Mexican.
Yeah, there's just a lot of very
So
weird decision making that was going on.
okay,
that-
so
that-
is it sort of considered not politically correct to hire an Hispanic person to play a person of a different Hispanic
Like
country?
if somebody's from Costa Rica, not
Right.
Costa Rica, but like Guatemala.
I
are we getting to that point?
maybe. I mean, if you're doing something that's so ingrained in that culture, maybe you should be doing what you can
Have
to
people
keep it as
from
authentic as
have
possible. But
people from that culture. I mean, it's that thing where people talk about a lot, which is who's allowed to play what.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I would.
I understand the idea that it shouldn't be quite so that rigid, but I think if you're making a movie and you're not part of that culture about a specific culture and not bringing that culture into the fold of doing it,
Right.
It's kind of a
that seems weird.
But is the movie so much about the culture? It's about one aspect of the culture, which is
Apparently Mexico hates it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right.
Like there's a whole Teen Vogue
Well, maybe
article.
Mexico just has good taste.
Yeah. Why is Emilia Perez hated in Mexico but Oscar nominated in the U.S.?
I still don't understand why it was.
I don't. I
Yeah.
don't either.
Well, is it still a lot of like old people that are doing the Oscar?
But that would be the opposite. I think maybe they're patting themselves on the back.
That's
like,
what I
this
was
is a movie
thinking.
about a trans person.
like,
Let's
it's-
nominate it for an Oscar.
It's
100%.
trans,
And
right?
They should have done that with, if that's the case for this
Yeah.
one, then they should have done that for Monkey Man, because Monkey Man has a very,
I didn't see
think,
it.
positive trans representation in that. And it's a different culture's appearance of
Is that
of
Dev
trans
Patel?
people. Yeah,
But I mean, I don't know that movie was ever even in the mix.
it wasn't, but it should have been. It's,
Oh, okay.
He's saying,
it's
is that a horror
fantastic.
movie?
No, it's like an
It's action, right?
crime
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Is
But
it
it's-
good though? Like
Yes.
Oscar good?
Yes.
I mean, I
I
know
think
we're
so.
saying that after.
Did you see it?
I didn't know, but
I didn't see it either.
I mean,
I think
is
it-
Dev
I think
Patel
it is.
shirtless?
Yes.
Then I will see
Well,
it.
then let's see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very handsome.
Yeah.
Your guys are gonna go
We
crazy.
agree. We agree
Yeah.
on Dev.
Well, we also agree on Marsden.
Yes, we do.
Except what we learned about him from the Nickelodeon movie.
What do you mean?
Well, he was at that trial, and remember, he didn't stand up for the kid.
The Nickelodeon movie.
The behind the scenes.
Oh, I didn't watch it all.
Oh, the documentary.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
Quiet on Set?
yeah.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
a coward in the face of
He was supporting the other guy. Yeah,
the bad guy. Mm-hmm. Marsden, what's wrong with you?
yeah. And then didn't, maybe you believe that, but then didn't like apologize afterwards. It really made me think of him differently. It made me sorry.
no.
Yeah, to bum you out, but
Did you see the guy from Jury Duty on Pop Culture Jeopardy? He's like reading a question. And he's
Did
like,
I?
James
Yes,
Marsden
I
and
did.
are still friends. I'm
yeah,
like,
no, you're not.
Absolutely
There's
you're
no
not.
way.
That's funny.
Yeah. What happened to that guy's deal? Didn't he get a deal or something? I hope it was
Look,
just to
he
read
just-
a question
he
on
just spent-
Pop
Yes.
Culture Jeopardy.
We've got something for you. Like it's his
God.
agent. We've got you a gig.
Such a great show, though. If
It
you
wa-
haven't
and
watched
he's a
it,
very charming, affable
very
guy, but
charming.
Oh, I
Very.
gotta go back to it.
Did you not finish it?
No.
It's so fucking good.
It's really good.
It couldn't
Really
have
funny.
worked with a guy who wasn't as likable as that guy.
Yeah.
Like, it was so well done.
But what do you do with him now?
You shouldn't
Like,
do anything. You should let him go back to his job, whatever it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll invest the money he got for
Just
being on the
start
show.
a podcast.
Yeah, do a
What are you
podcast.
waiting for?
Why not?
He's not handsome enough to like lead something.
He's not anything enough. He's not.
That's the thing.
He's just
That's
a
my-
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just
but-
a guy.
But now he can't ever go back to his regular
He
life.
sure can. No one watched that show anyway. 12 people watched
They
it.
should do a season 2 and it's the exact same thing and see if he even realizes they're doing it to him again.
Oh, by the way, did either of you watch? I forget. Do you watch Abbott Elementary?
yeah,
the kids?
but we haven't lately.
Oh, so do you watch it?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay. So, well, they did the crossover.
Yeah.
And it was pretty successful.
Oh, good.
I thought
I heard it was really weird.
It was funny. It was good. And then they're going to continue it on Sunny whenever Sunny comes back.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
funny.
At what age do I start watching Sunny with my kids?
Oh,
when they're 14?
I mean, we started pretty early, but yeah, it's it's wild. I mean, they've seen all that other stuff. They could probably watch
Okay.
it. It's super funny.
Well, they've got
Just
a lot of-
so weird.
They've got a lot of Abbott. I've warmed to Abbott.
I had two, but I think
I'll
I'm
start
sliding.
over.
I think
started
I'm
it-
sliding back
I
again.
think it's cozy and I can get behind it. Is Man on the Inside going to come back?
yes,
I like Man on the
it
Inside.
is coming. It is coming back.
I mean, I'm so sad that Girls Five Eva got canceled again.
know.
Like, I want more of that. I want more of like a
Silliness,
joke fucking
yeah.
machine. And I don't know if that's my age that I'm just like Tina Fey. It's just like that's my sweet spot. But like I want a show that's just like bam, 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 make me laugh.
Did you ever end up watching Great News?
I did watch Great News.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
like I want that kind of sitcom
Yeah, I
that's just
know.
like
Is there anything
No.
like that?
no, not that I know of.
I mean, like Sunny is very funny.
Yeah.
but it's not so much the lines are all hysterical. It's more like that the characters are so funny. But there's obviously funny lines too. But that's pretty. The kids might like Community.
Yeah, I
Community's
don't like
really funny.
Community.
Oh, you don't like it?
They've watched all of it though.
Oh, okay,
You know what
okay.
they like? They like his new show, Joe McHale's new show, the
Really?
animal one. And
Oh,
they're
so
like,
they're the ones watching it.
they watch it. I won't watch it. You know what I like? Makes me laugh. Bob's Burgers.
Oh, that
I
show's
love
good.
Bob's
yeah.
Burgers.
It's funny. Like we watch that here and
it's
there.
so good.
It's so the writing is so good,
So good.
so good, and it's warm. Like I want it to be really funny and warm
It's just. Did you see the one yet? The Christmas one?
with the puppy.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yes.
And the one before that?
Did you see the Dollhouse one with Tina Fey?
Yeah. Wait, Tina Fey was the dollhouse lady?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize that. Yeah, that was the one. Was that the one where I was like about to cry? Was that the really sweet one with, because they were standing up for, it was like the one about the sisters. One of them was like about the sisters' relationship. I think it was the one between
That was with the horse where she broke the horse, maybe?
Yes.
That was a good one.
Oh my God.
Such a good show.
It really
So
is.
good.
It's so good.
Love it so much.
There's
yeah.
just no good. Like,
But it's not on
sitcoms.
enough.
It feels like the death of the sitcom. We're in the age of the death
Yeah.
of the sitcom.
Because there's some new one that I started going Dutch or something. Going Dutch.
I don't know that
boy.
one.
On Dutch.
Yeah, it's the one with
the asshole guy. What's his name?
Yeah,
I'm an asshole.
oh my God, Jesus Christ, Danielle. The Boston.
Oh, that guy. Yes,
From
the
The
comic.
Ref. The
yes,
Ref,
the
yeah.
ref.
Jesus.
Yeah, I saw the trailer and
Yeah, I
I
was
was
like,
like, "There's
no.
nothing funny in this."
No, and I
Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary.
because he's in
Yes.
the new Dead to Me creators show,
Which is
No
what?
Good Deed.
Oh, is that any good?
It's Linda Lavin's last appearance.
Oh,
Who I love.
that's the one with Lisa
Lisa Kudrow. We started it and then I just stopped watching it.
Oh, okay.
The cast is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible cast. Everybody is like, oh, I love this person. I love this person.
Romano.
Ray
right?
Romano, Matt. Who's the Matt that does Los Culturistas with
Oh, yeah, with
Bowen.
Bowen Yang? He's the
Rogers?
realtor. He's
Matt Rogers?
hilarious. I mean, so many funny people.
Oh, it's a comedy?
No, I wouldn't call it. Sorry. Walgreens is calling me.
Oh, you're so
They
popular.
love me. Walgreens loves me. So many incredible people.
Yeah.
And interesting kind of idea of like they're selling this house. There's a secret in the house. There's trauma. The marriage is faltering.
Mm-hmm.
You get to meet all the different kind of people coming in. O.T. Fagbendel? I'm not saying that right.
I'm pretty sure.
Fagenbeckle? Come on. No. O.T. Fagenbeckle? Hold on. Let me look up his name. You know the guy that was on Handmaid's Tale? What? And then he was on
O.T.?
I swear that's his name, Fagenbendel.
Who was he on Handmaid's Tale?
He was the husband of the Maine. Now I just it brought
No,
it brought
Oh,
up
the commander?
Here it is.
Fagbenle. Fagbundle?
Fagbendel.
Wait, let me see who you're talking. Are you talking about the commander or whatever his
No,
name
no,
is?
this guy. Oh. Uh-huh. So
I'm not a huge fan of his.
He's interesting because I'll tell you, I saw him in one episode of Presumed Innocence, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal that they turned into a
Yes.
series. I was like, I saw the movie. The
Don't
movie's
need- yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
I never need to watch this
Right.
series. People said, stick around. It's good. It pays off. But I'm like, I already know I know how it's going to end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, great. It's a
Yeah.
amazing film with other people's names I can't remember.
All right, here we go. That's how you say his name.
Fagbenle?
Fagbenle.
Okay, I wasn't that far.
unfortunate.
Wasn't that far
His
off.
first name is O.T.?
Sure.
Oh, it's
Is it O period T period?
Olatunde.
Is there a possibility, Garen, that you could bring up a clip of his voice in Presumed Innocent? So
Yeah, you
can-
told me that
but
you
you need-
played this before, I think.
No, we didn't play it. We just talked about it.
Oh, we did?
I want you to hear it.
He's like slurry or
No,
weird or
no,
something?
it's bananas. Okay, so then he's on this show, No Good Deed, and he's got a different voice. He does a lot of character stuff.
Okay. Is he British?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes,
Maybe-
he is.
Okay.
Yes, Garen just said. Anyway, great cast. Check it out. I don't know. I didn't care enough to go back.
Yeah. It's funny because when I was going through, because we got Apple again, and as I'm going through Apple, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of shows on Apple I started and gave up on.
Same.
That's really interesting because, like, a lot.
Yeah.
Like many shows.
Same.
Which is bizarre because usually, something's on a premium.
Yeah.
I mean, Severance is on Apple and Bad Sisters. And
I
what?
had the same thing. I just forget that Apple TV is a thing.
Oh, that's not why. I'm saying
Same.
I gave up on
Me
it.
too.
I
I'm
watched
like-
an episode and I went, no, this is
Same.
not worth putting time into.
There's so many shows.
Right.
And it's also like, I don't want to watch it if it's not great.
But then it turns out a lot of the shows that are on my list of like things people have recommended are not available. Like I'd have to pay for them.
Yeah.
So I was like Fringe. Fringe was recommended to me, right, on the podcast. Oh, we should talk about that. We were on Monster Party podcast.
Yes.
And Chris and I were both on together. And so check that out. It was really fun. But I asked for shows people should would recommend, and someone recommended Fringe. I'm like, oh, great, I'll dive into Fringe. And it's not available for free. At least not to me. So that's why I ended up with Prime Suspect.
That's kind of surprising.
Or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Prime Numbers.
It's not called Prime Numbers.
Well, it should be.
But I just realized,
It should match
is the
how
Prime supposed to be Prime? Like,
Yeah, it should be how interesting the show is.
I'm going to start calling it Prime Rib.
I'm going to call it Prime Minister.
Prime Minister. There's a lot of primes.
Yeah, there are a lot of primes.
Oh my God.
Prime Colors.
Primary colors, not prime colors.
You're right. Good point. Okay, so yeah, No Good Deed was one that I was like, just stopped watching.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Well, I don't know what to say then.
I don't know what to say either, but I wasn't that far off on his name. That's my
Oh,
point.
you know what I wanted to watch
Right on.
was, but I think it's also not available to me, was Never Let Me Go, because we read the book and loved it so much.
film.
But there's a film of it.
There's a film.
Which I will pay for. I just didn't want to do it
Maybe
where I
Garen
couldn't
has it.
watch the whole thing.
And it's incredibly casted.
And casted.
Can I say that?
No.
Incredibly
Cast.
cast. Well,
And did you think it was a good movie?
yes.
Oh, okay. Good. Good. Because I really, really...
Did you read Remains of the Day?
I did. Wait, is that the one? No. What's the other classic one he wrote? Is it just Remains of the Day? Where he like travels
Kazu
back and forth?
Ishiguro?
Yeah, yeah.
You read the new one, the
I read
the other
The
robot
Sun.
one,
The Sun.
Clara and the
Yeah.
Sun. I think they're making that into a film as
Yes,
well.
I think they are. I think it was Remains of the Day. Yeah. I did enjoy it, but not as much as the
Never
other
Let
two.
Me Go. Yeah.
It's just so weird how like there's just such different styles, different genres. Like it just kind of blows my mind.
Such a good writer.
It's just Anyway,
He also has like a fantasy book.
oh
Not my favorite, but I have it. If you want it,
yeah.
I can't remember. It's something about a dragon or something. I don't know if
Not really my
Yeah, I don't know if it has dragon in the title.
genre.
I'll give it to you, and then if you want to read it, you can read
All
it.
right.
If you're like, don't read it, that's also okay.
There is a Julia Louis-Dreyfus movie that is on Max. I think it's on
I
Max.
watched it.
You hurt my
The
feelings.
Hurt my feelings.
No. I love that movie.
Oh, yeah, I
That-
did too.
She should have been nominated for that.
Yeah.
I think it's called Tuesday. I think it's about. It's going to sound weird, but I think it's about a parrot that talks to her kid.
I remember this coming out.
And I want to watch it. It looks really good, and I know I'm going to bawl my eyes out. Like it's going to make me.
Yeah, I remember that coming.
Sob.
I remember seeing a commercial for it. I think I'll watch anything with her. She's just
Yeah.
so good.
She's great, guys.
What was that one you were talking about? Never Let Me Go.
Yeah.
My kids, one of them, I have two,
Yeah. We've
asked
heard
me.
about them.
Yeah, I talk about them. I think it was Benjamin. Said, "Who are your 3 favorite actors?"
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know how to answer this. Like, I don't have like these are my 3 favorite. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have
Like Living or Dead.
Yeah,
or,
I mean, I don't know who that is. I mean,
well, I think when you're a kid, you have favorites of everything.
Yeah.
And then you just don't kind of think about it anymore.
do you have that? A thing where
I
you're just
guess
like, I know who my favorite.
I don't. But one of the first people who came to mind was Kate Winslet.
Oh, I love.
I've
her.
always loved her.
Have you watched Lee? Her film
No.
Lee.
Lee?
Yes,
No.
I think it's on Prime right now because I saw it. And I was like, I want to watch that. It was like right next to one of the Oscar-nominated films.
Oh,
that
okay.
I haven't seen yet. This is about a famous war photographer during World War II.
Okay.
I heard an interview with Kate Winslet talking about this. She fought for like 10 years to have this film made. Because she ended up buying like this kitchen table that belonged to this war photographer and got to know the son of this war photographer. So she was this pioneering female war photographer who went into the war behind the enemy lines and did all this famous
Wow.
World War II photography. And Kate Winslet, after sort of buying this table that had belonged to her,
I love it.
became obsessed with this woman's story.
Wow.
And decided, like, I want to make a film about this woman. She deserves to be, lauded. And I want to play her. And I'm going to make this film. And it took like 10 years. It was like a labor of love. And
that sounds up my alley. I would like that.
She cast Andy Samberg to play a dramatic role because he looked so much like one of the people. I don't know. It might be her husband, but it might be somebody she worked with. Like, because I think Alexander Skarsgård plays her husband.
I may have seen a commercial for this at one point, but I don't remember Andy Samberg. That's interesting. Sometimes people will surprise you.
Often.
Yeah.
So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I will.
Or, you know what? Your cigar.
Yes.
Smoke your cigar.
My loose cigar.
How loose are your cigars?
I'm getting looser by the day.
That sounds like a
You can't
setup,
smoke
right?
your own product.
Yeah.
I know.
You're not
Well,
gonna
you
make any
got to make
money.
sure it's good quality. What was the thing you said I should watch this weekend that I said, yeah, maybe Jimmy and I will watch that? Shoot, I already forgot. God
Lee?
damn it. Yes. No, it was like 20 minutes ago. It was something Garen said.
Oh, my old ass.
Thank you, my old ass. Yes.
We have so much to do now.
No, I know. Now I have a full weekend.
You are not going to be able to turn your eyes away from that television.
No. Okay.
Well, I feel like we've covered a lot.
We have.
Horse fucking,
Yep.
movies,
Dying with a knife in your head.
crocodiles scaring people.
Fire aid.
That is a Looney Tunes cartoon, that situation.
Yeah.
Just everybody to the front of the plane. And it just goes like,
Yeah,
it's
that is
ridiculous.
exactly. Yeah.
Not to laugh at the tragedy.
No, but it's preposterous.
I like
Wild.
to tell stories that you only imagine could happen in cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was really fun.
Thanks for listening, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for being
Just in the nick of time, we got this one.
Yes, just in time for it to be January.
Yes.
Happy February, because that's about to happen.
Yep.
And until next time,
Remain calm.